Metal Gear Mondays, the greatest Metal Gear podcast ever.
I don't agree with you.
Releasing on Monday, every Monday.
How did you patch into my radio frequency?
Stinks in here. Bad.
Ladies, gearsmen, babies, and gentle thems, welcome to Metal Gear Mondays. Of course, a podcast about Metal Gear, Hideo Kojima, and all of the things that he influenced and influenced him. We're here to talk about the last moments of the video game Metal Gear Solid 2. We're going from where we left off last time all the way to the end of the video game, and that's going to be what we're doing. But before we get into it, I would like to introduce our motley bunch of people, starting with the two-headed dragon here. They're in the same place. So we'll start with Alessio Summerfield.
Hey, we were going to do a B-cam gag, but we had too much other technical bullshit to work through.
There's a lot going on here.
Also, it dawned on me, if James and I were true professionals, we wouldn't have told anyone we were going to be in the same place and just surprised you guys. Like, set up two cameras. Like, I'm in the corner of his, and he's in the corner of mine.
That would've been so good.
I remember that reminds me that like years ago when we were doing the thank you videos when y'all were in Renton. Remember we all did our thank you videos where y'all were like crisscrossing in the background of each other's videos. That was pretty cool.
Fun.
And sitting those halcyon days, sitting to Alessio's right. I'm pretty sure I've got my directions
nailed it
proper. We've got the one, the only DJ Rat King, aka the Wombat Annihilator himself, James Reichmuth.
That's right, the Wombat Annihilator himself has stitches in his foot.
Let's go.
Yeah, you got you. What was somebody said? You Kevin McAllister yourself.
Yeah.
I discovered more lore about the rat part of the Rat King earlier tonight.
Yeah,
over dinner.
That's some rat lore.
What?
Yeah, James, do you want to share?
Actually, it's a good time for this. So I grew up in a trailer.
Hell yeah!
And occasionally a mouse would come in. First time I saw a mouse in the trailer was a box of Cheez-Its on my nightstand, and that fucker hopped right in.
Mm-hmm.
But what would happen sometimes is I'd get woken up and I would hear a mouse. I'd just pick up a shoe, toss the shoe at the mouse. Done. Easy. Humane. Nobody's getting hurt. They're just getting frightened.
And thus James was christened the Rat King.
James, I knew I was comfortable around you for a reason. I too grew up in a trailer, and I can smell my own. And that's
right. That's right.
Were you also fighting?
That's
It's
wild.
so
A
real.
wild thing to say.
Real recognizes real.
Chad, were you also fighting rodents?
No, I don't know what the fuck you had going on. But we didn't. I was not fighting rodents in my trailer.
Dude, we had a shed full of raccoons.
That's so good.
They come out of the sewers at night.
Yeah. I watched the Reze arc of Chainsaw Man movie the other day, and that's I won't explain why that's related, but it is. Also joining us this week is Chad Betteridge.
Wow, thank you. You know what, Lily? You know what I can't wait to talk about tonight?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I can't wait to talk about what we've been led towards this whole time, which is that they can recreate our bodies, but they can't recreate our minds. So they have to use tweets and our Facebook posts and our social media posts to really build a constant image of us so they can fill our brains. They can fill our brains with like our actual thoughts. And that way they have a real life model of us for when they inevitably consume the world.
Who's that? Who's doing that?
That is the
is it the Living Tribunal?
I think it's the Living Tribunal.
I believe, sir, it is the Living Tribunal. Wow, that was verbatim.
It was.
It was pretty good.
What I said all those years ago.
Is that really?
And I
that's
and I
word for
believe
word.
Alessio's response was, "Holy shit, Lily, I love you. That was amazing."
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
So
I said
yeah,
Lily all the way back
Yeah,
then.
that's
Is
You
that
knew.
what
all the way
inspired
back
you?
then. I was
foresight.
very confused at the time, but it made a lot of sense. Of course, Liliana Wright, I didn't say that already, unless I did, in which case, who gives a fuck? We are here, but before we go into all the stuff, I want to get through the rigmarole, which is number one. We have stuff that you can go do. So number one, I want to remind you to review the podcast on your podcast app of choice. That is going to be an extremely big help and cost you no money to review and tell a friend to listen and also review. So please do that. Number two, you can go to patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays, where you can support us monetarily if that is your bag baby. And you can do that starting at $1. That gets you access to our Discord. $5 gives you access to our monthly Patriot Club special bonus podcast with a very unfortunate name given the current climate in the world, but it is okay.
I appreciate
We're
that
taking
we've
it
all
back.
acknowledged that it's an unfortunate name.
Yeah.
It means a lot to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
We're
This
taking it back.
episode is going to be make it very clear why we named it that, but never mind.
Amen.
Five.
The theme
That was
song
also a
uses,
very
like-
unfortunate motion that I just made with my hand for the
Yikes,
$10.
You were
$10,
giving us
the
your
$10.
heart. You were giving
Yeah,
us your
I was
heart.
giving my Roman salute. I was giving you my heart. Yeah, $5 gets you access to the monthly Patriot Club podcast, which is a bonus thing we do with all of the hosts, and also the wonderful Nick Freda, who comes on, just kind of does his thing. His dad.
He's a good-looking boy.
He is a good looking boy.
Certainly. So we've got that, and then $10 a month gets you video episodes of the Patriot Club and this here sometimes whatever cadence we release this fucking podcast on, you can see us and our faces here too.
You get it when you get it.
Also at $10 a month, you can sponsor the podcast, and this episode's sponsor is Johnny Flores Jr.
Oh, Weekend Johnny.
It's crazy. You can sponsor this thing for how much did you say, Lily?
$10 a month. That's
Could you
kind of
imagine
crazy.
as a child when you saw something get sponsored on television that you could ever imagine that sponsorship would be so accessible? You could be the sponsor of a whole show for $10.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Or one easy installment of $10 a month.
And then did.
I love an easy
And then-
installment.
Yep. Well, you never know. You can sign up for $10 and download all the video stuff, but then who knows if you'll ever be on the sponsored list. It cycles. So that is that. What else do we need to talk about? Coming up very soon, me and Alessio so I actually don't know who's going to be on that episode. I know me and Alessio. It's like a big.
It depends on
It's
how many
a
people
big-
from their camp are going to be on there, because we can't have like fucking
That's true.
a dozen people.
It's like the Sharks and the Jets.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah, so that'll be to be determined. Me and Alessio were recently on the Gaming Theater podcast where we talked about movies that influenced a genre, basically, and talked about movies related to Metal Gear, which is something that we have done in the past. It was a really fun time. Go check that episode out on their feed, the Gaming Theater podcast. But part of that crossover is that they're going to come on Metal Gear Mondays, and we are going to be doing Fan Fiction Part 2.
Hey,
So that is going
James
to.
has to be
I've
present.
gotta. I'm the
James has
fanfic
got
king.
the haiku man himself. It needs to be there. So
I've got
you're
fresh
gonna
haikus dripping.
yeah.
Oh, dripping.
Covered sticky. Must escape. I actually wrote a haiku that I'm actually very proud of,
Oh,
that
hell
I'm
yeah.
very excited to bring to the table. So look forward to that. But yeah, so they're going to be on our podcast, and that will likely come out. We've got one more Metal Gear Solid 2 thing to do, which is the secrets and extras episode we're going to do for the next mainline episode, and then we're going to release that episode right after that. So that's super exciting. Please stay tuned for that and show them some love over there and listen to the episode we do with them and then their podcast. It's very fun. I mean, I think that's basically it. You can find me on the internet, linktree.com/Liliana Dom, where you can get access to where you'll find all my books and all my social media and the GoFundMe that I've been talking about the last several episodes. Still in the middle of that, so if you have the heart, check it out. What about James? Where can people find you?
Yeah, DJ Rat King, Blue Sky. I'm over there. I'm talking a lot of shit over there these days about the current situation in the world.
Yeah.
Finding new things to tell the clouds about every day, it seems. So check me out there, and then find me on SoundCloud, where I'll eventually post some more music.
Yeah, man. What about Chad?
You can find me. You can find me very afraid, naked and afraid occasionally. Linktree.com/kilometers. Dave, as kilometers is spelled the French Canadian. I'm also British English way, METRES. I'm also talking shit on Blue Sky sometimes. I don't know. Talk a little bit of shit. Retweet a shit. You can't see a retweet. I follow you. Maybe you don't follow me. I don't fucking know.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. I don't know if these two can be on the same episode anymore.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Uh-oh.
I knew you were right, Blue Sky.
And what about you, Alessio?
Hey, I have a Blue Sky, but I don't talk shit because nobody cares what I'm posting with my 5 followers.
I was going to say, the problem is that you actually have to post.
Sure. Yeah,
if you posted, then maybe more people would care about what you were posting.
ABP always be posting.
And therefore...
Well, see, I'm waiting to post ABP until I have grown a bunch of followers by doing things outside of the platform.
Sure. So that's how that works for sure. ABP.
It's just, there's nothing more depressing to me than, I'm just going to say tweeting and getting like no engagement whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like talking to a wall.
I don't even want to get the snowball going.
But I'm going to get ahead of it. I have an apology I need to speak to the union about. Chad may have just received a follow back notification.
Let's check real quick.
I've learned a lot in these last few moments. And I just
these
want to
last few moments,
for the people that my actions may have impacted.
Yeah, look at that. Rat King followed you back 33 seconds ago.
That's insane.
Wow.
Crazy.
I do really quickly for my part. So you can find me at the Quick Trip off of 44 and Kings Highway.
That's a good one.
But I want to plug for anybody who is a Patriot Club or Patreon supporter at $5 plus. We are running a poll currently, and I want to do a quick shout out on this one because these are pretty fun. This is going to be a poll for what we cover on the next Patriot Club episode. Right now, the options are the queerness of pro wrestling,
public wrestling,
the queerness of pro wrestling, which is the current winner, by the way.
Yes.
Worst video games you've ever played, which is in third place.
Thoughts on that too.
Those quirked up white boys on YouTube who speak fluent Chinese to Chinese people and surprise them currently has 0% of the vote.
That's because here's
big
the
old goose egg.
Reverse.
It's
they
the
want
Ron
Chinese
Paul
people
of...
who speak perfect English to the quirked up white.
Yeah, that's what they want. This is America. Speak American.
Oh, right.
Sure. And then in second place, we have games you got really good at, suggested by Alex Hill.
There's something ominous to me about the way that it's written. Games you got really good at.
Huge good at games guy. Oh my god. Also, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna have a moment right now. If you join at $10, you can watch this video episode. I look really pretty right now, and I just want to let that be. I just want to let.
Hold on, James. Did you just say it's way better?
The experience.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, she looks way better.
No, Lily always looks great.
Huge improvement.
Huge improvement, girl.
She really gave it her all this episode. Everybody.
Never.
The what went right for this episode is Lily's look.
I'm hot. Anyway. As we continue on, I'd like to jump into my new favorite segment, Walking in the Light with a Man That's White. And our white man for this episode is Chad Betteridge. Chad,
Hey.
what did we do last episode?
Well, it's so funny that 5 minutes ago and no longer really that prescient, someone referenced sharks and jets because we entered into Mortal Kombat with a jet last time. Is one of the first things we did. It actually is almost the very first thing that we did.
And a vampire, and afterwards a vampire were a shark.
Oh shit!
Swimming.
Based on how he was performing, he do be swimming. So,
and
lots going on.
We also saved an adult woman who's also an adult baby, and maybe learned about her incestuous relationship with her stepbrother. I don't know. It's about to get way darker than that in this episode. Ooh.
Could do. Aspirational, some might say.
the Hal and Emma relationship.
Aspirational incest, I think, is what she's.
I'm into that. That's what the AI stands for.
Oh shit!
Holy shit!
Whoa!
And the GW stands for great work.
Yeah,
great work.
GW on.
Also, I really quickly, I need to ask James a question, and he may not know the answer because he wears over-ear headphones. Is your cat every time you podcast crying outside of the door downstairs?
It's the first time I've ever heard it.
I was wondering if you could hear that.
Yeah, I can.
I didn't hear it at all.
Yeah,
I'm straight chilling.
You say, "Daddy, please."
If I'm doing my job,
Bing chilling over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm Bing chilling.
If I'm doing my job in post, no one will hear that.
He'll do that during work sometimes. He'll hear me up here talking, and he's like, I want in on that. Come here. That's what he sounds like.
Oh.
Do y'all do voices for your pets? We do.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know why it's turned into an in-joke in my house, but we always joke that Jerry's a racist.
No, it's true, and I've known this for a long time. Jerry fucking hates me. Jerry hates me.
Well, he could be transphobic.
Jerry hates James too.
Oh, never mind.
Could be transphobic. Jerry knew before I knew.
Jerry knew.
That's why.
Chad,
what else did we do? We fought a jet.
Yeah, we helped maybe get an incestuous relationship back on wheels. But then, oopsie, half of that incestuous relationship got old stabby in the old guts.
Whoops.
And I think that's the last thing we did. It was 4 days ago. We just recorded that episode. I should know clearer than that.
Yeah. Maybe we are still fumbling in the dark. I don't know. Might have to return to that next time.
I literally played this entire game from start to finish yesterday.
That's insane.
So
fresh.
Yeah, for the listener at home.
Sitting at a mechanic shop on a PlayStation Vita.
Yeah. So I knew I was going to have to go in to a mechanic before I drove to St. Louis. And for whatever reason, I was like, I had the forethought to put my PS Vita in my bag. And so as I'm waiting, the time just keeps getting longer and longer. And I'm playing and I was like, is this going to happen? And no joke, I think I had to pause
it's like
the
PS
last
Vita and MGS. You were like edging. You're like, are we doing this?
Yeah. What's crazy is I had a 70% battery when I started.
Whoa.
And I finished without charging.
Whoa.
Which playing on the Steam Deck and shit, I'm not used to that being a possibility.
No,
terrible
God,
battery.
No. Fuck. Amazing console. Love that thing. It's like one of my favorite things that I own. Thanks, capitalism. Shit battery.
Oh my
Poor
god.
experience.
I was playing Suzerain, which is a game that is only menus, and it died within 90 minutes.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I know I always have to go in there and fuck with like the TDP and all 100%. The other shit just to find like the sweet spot. But yeah, I think they brought my car out while Snake was giving the final monologue, and I had to put the Vita.
And you're like, "Can you hold on a second, please? I need."
Yeah, I'm like, I'm learning how to live my life for myself.
Takes a sip of the coffee, hand up. No.
That's right.
Real quick, I have not owned a car in over 10 years. Is a 4-hour wait at a mechanic crazy. A regular? Is that normal?
Well, so the issue
depends on what you're getting done.
Yeah, I went in there and we haven't maintenance Kristen's car in a long time, and straight up it was like all 4 of the tires needed to be replaced, all 4 of the brake pads needed to be replaced. Like it was brutal.
Let me tell you something about this mechanic trip. Alessio spent more time at the mechanic getting his car looked at than I did getting my foot stitched up.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Car surgery is a real huge,
Yeah.
huge car surgery guy. It's like, yeah, no. So I did like, I basically took my car for a full panel a couple months ago, and it was there like
The blood
almost all
panel?
day.
Cool blood panel.
I draw, and then they can check your prostate that way too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that, but
Yeah.
the car's prostate, the little finger. They don't have to put a finger up the tailpipe anymore. You know what I'm saying? They can just do a full blood panel, and it's fine. But it took like almost the whole day. It was like I dropped it off at like 10, and I didn't get it back until 3.
Wow.
They mapped the full genome.
5-ish. Yeah.
Then there's actually double the amount of genomes that they reported.
Yeah. And then it turns out
Meineke, they're scraping the margins and changing the data. Jiffy Lube. Yeah. Jiffy Lube is known for information control.
Pretty fast.
Well, I mean, Jiffy, it's in a name. Got to do it in a Jiffy.
Take 5.
Lube.
We're just gonna keep going. How many more do we know?
Quicker state.
Get in the auto zone. You know what I mean? Get in the zone.
I love the smell of an auto zone, y'all.
Yeah. O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Yow.
Yeah. Who were those
the
3?
Yahweh about AutoZone and O'Reilly's?
Whoa.
Damn. Who were the 3 guys? The Pet Boys. Those Pet
Boys. Yeah. Them Pet Boys.
Pet Shop Boys?
Shop Boys.
If you haven't had a car maintenance in North America, you have no fucking clue.
I don't know what the fuck any of you are talking about right now.
Yeah. It is like I just sometimes I just wonder how we manage to make 4-hour episodes consistently every single time.
Yeah.
And this is the answer.
Anyway, this is the answer.
Should we mosey on into the game?
Yeah, so like Chad said, Emma got stabby. We shot Vamp in the head. Ostensibly, Vamp has now been taken care of once and for all. And Snake has taken Emma into the Shell 1 core to look her over and hopefully get this virus uploaded. Now it's our job as Raiden to do a run back from where we are to Shell 1 core.
Merciful, I think.
Yeah. It's like they give you far too much time to do this because basically because of the alarms and stuff and everything, like there's no guys. I don't know if it changes with the difficulty, but they put you in the parcel room in Strat E, which is right next to the bridge you need to go to. And there is one guy in the parcel room wearing headphones.
And then there's not in when I played Easy on the Vita, he was not there.
Oh,
okay. So higher difficulties, and I don't know, and I'm assuming he wasn't there in extreme, or it was just him on the extreme.
I think there were 2 guys in there whenever I played it on hard.
Okay,
they're not fucking around with that.
There was somebody on the bridge on hard. I remember that.
Okay, yeah, for me it was just the ciphers on the bridge.
Same, yeah.
Did anybody try to go to Strut F during that?
I did. No, for the first time ever. For the first time ever, I tried to go to Strut F, and it's locked.
What do you do there?
Oh, okay, that's good.
Usually
James,
die.
You do die, suffing, pain.
Yeah, I did.
Oh no, what was it? You're beating it in a cycle of pain. Because I think because we had been talking about the fact that like we were locked out from going to Strut F for the rest of the game after like X period. I was like, you know what? I actually can like walk to the door. It's locked. Like I think the lock is broken, so you cannot. Unfortunately or fortunately go to Strat F anymore. Really it's just a matter of getting back to the Shell 1 core, and everything's open. The elevator's already open. You don't have to like jam a dude's eyeballs into the scanner. You can just kind of go. Can I say something really quickly? So I was playing on the Xbox and the PS2.
Get a corked up white boy speak a little Chinese for a second.
Amazing. Let's just take a moment to acknowledge how good that joke was. So because I was playing on PS2 and Xbox, I have no achievements. But on the Vita, there are achievements.
Oh yeah.
When you use the magazine, the achievement is called To Catch a Predator.
Oh yeah.
You're not a predator because you look at porn, guys. That's weird.
Depends.
Depends
on the porn, I guess.
porn.
Alternatively, all of the I looked at the trophy list. All of them have really like what's
The
word?
names are
vulgar.
like,
names.
They didn't read the room at all.
No.
Because some of them it'll be like it's like when when somebody in this episode is going to pass away.
Oh,
There's like an
shit.
achievement that pops. It's like I miss my sister or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. There's like there's an achievement, there's a trophy or achievement you get after the betrayal moment, which we'll also get to very soon. That is the requirement is to befriend Olga, which I think is it's like after that I think it's like it's interesting. They really did break the mold of these trophies in this video.
I'll call out. There's a really fun one that I kind of am in love with that I'll call out when we get to it.
I'm gonna pull up my trophy list because it's.
I do love that when you put an enemy in a locker, the trophy is called Hurt Locker.
That's great. That's a really good one.
That's really good. It's worth noting too. I didn't bring this up, but I think I mentioned that my fucking game glitched again and I lost my save again, and the update that they did to the master collection on Steam made it so that I couldn't even boot the fucking game to even try and replay it. So I was doing some finagling. I uninstalled the game, I reinstalled the game, launched it as an administrator, and lo and behold, when I did that, my save was back.
No shit.
What the fuck?
Oh,
So I was able to pick up from the moment. So I was able to actually finish the game on my terms.
Oh.
it's a Metal Gear Mondays miracle.
Mhm.
It's a Metal
Thank you,
Gear
Jesus.
Mondays miracle. Thank you,
Jesus.
Lord. But yeah, so the run back super easy. You get down into the strut. Emma is not doing great. She is on the floor. Snake is like, she's bleeding a lot. What is happening? Sorry, $10 patrons. This is for you. I'm very confused.
James was trying to run away from the frame, and I was bringing the frame.
Yeah, bringing the frame to you, bitches.
I think
Like
is
this
it
little Costa brother poking up right
Oh,
here.
yeah, right here.
That's
That
terrifying.
little guy. It looks like Michael Stipe smiling. Michael Stipe. Excuse me, computer. Could you print out a picture of Michael Stipe smiling?
Stipe smiling.
Is it on the way to back to the strut? I don't know if it's here or later, but Raiden starts to talk about how he feels like good about killing Vamp and how he's like beginning to feel bloodthirsty. And he won't talk to Rose about it, but he's kind of comfortable confiding in Snake. I don't know if that happens here or later. But that's the continuation of a change in Raiden that we've begun seeing last episode.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might have been in like an optional codec call. Did you call him separately? Or?
Yeah, I think I might have. Yeah. Maybe
that's something in optional calls. Like this whole Raiden is succumbing to bloodlust is very much like you call people and he talks about them if you call them independently of the story.
It's a poignant message that they were trying to impart with that I feel like not enough people got.
Well, yeah.
It's also interesting. We'll talk about it when we get to it. But speaking of optional codec calls, there is like a dozen plus calls that you're going to get in the next like 2 hours that like you don't have to answer at all, and like a lot of them are pretty important.
You should answer
every single one of them.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
Yeah,
I never.
The fact that all of those are optional.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I mean, I guess if you're playing for like a multiple time, like if it's a new game plus and you don't want to have to.
I mean, again, well, I mean, I guess it's been a while since I played it myself, but like I never skip those calls because they're so
sure.
They're so interesting to just like listen to still.
Yeah,
like they're just cool. Neat. So we get down to the computer room, and like I said, Snake is like, she's lost a lot of blood. We can't stop the bleeding, but we're gonna try and pop this virus in the thing. He is like, hearing Snake say, I think so, is very funny because he's never said in his fucking life. As far like this is the first time he's ever been like, I think we can put the thing in the computer and do all the stuff, and it should be like this. And Raiden's like, are you sure? He's like, I guess so. It's just like, it's like, have a little confidence, man.
Bit of a boomer, this man. Not a big tech guy. Unless it's like military tech, I guess.
Not a huge tech guy. No huge tech guy.
I found out something, by the way, that I'd never heard of before in my entire life. I was listening to State of the Arc. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a podcast. It's actually pretty good. It's like two dudes that kind of discuss, they do games analysis, which like they do a whole season on MGS2 story analysis. That's actually very good.
Nice.
But I was listening to them because they did a couple episodes covering the development of Metal Gear Solid 1. And one of the hosts said that what Snake does that we all make fun of, the whole like, have you heard about Metal Gear? And he's like, Metal Gear? Just like the repeating back thing. There's a word for that in Japanese. Like that's a thing. It's called aizuchi. And it's like legitimately like a thing that people do with quite a lot of frequency in the Japanese language. And we just don't have a word for it. We don't do it. So to hear that, I was like, oh, holy shit, this is like a normal thing. But it seems so crazy in English because we would never do that.
And
you know what I mean?
I swear I've heard this somewhere before that I think that's also if you take like any kind of like a public speaking class or something, it's something they sometimes teach you like to get the person to open up more just by repeating that last word that they say. Yep. It kind of cues them up to immediately then give you more information. Yeah. So it could be legit.
What's that reflective listening? I think it's
something like that. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I will say this game series is full of weird people monologuing, and usually the weird people do monologue off Snake going Metal Gear. So
he does set them up,
teeing
people up.
Yeah.
He's just like,
he knows. Polite. Yeah,
I just want to hear you talk, man. Yeah, I'm just repeating back what
Tell me more.
I want to hear more, and I'm just letting you know that I'm listening actively.
I'm holding space, you know.
I'm holding space.
Holding space.
Snake just gets like a tingly ASMR scalp from just hearing people talk. So he's just like, no, continue. Please continue.
Like, yeah, please. Just metal.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ. I also heard, and this would be fun for you, Chad. Aizuchi is a great way to buy yourself some time if you don't know the
that's
language.
True. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
You just repeat the word back, and you just think really hard.
I do that in English all the time. Like I get asked a question at work, I just repeat the last 3 words and wait a second while I figure out what I'm gonna say.
What you're gonna say?
I'm
sorry.
Say.
I'm realizing.
I almost started going on. It works.
I'm realizing through the process that like there are equivalents to that in English. Like because I'm like now in like the job hunt process, I've had a couple of interviews, and the act of when somebody asks a question, be like, "That's a great question," and then like thinking like that's very much like that, but make it Western. It's like that same concept where you're giving yourself time to really like.
Fuck! I gotta buy myself some time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna start saying that out loud.
Out loud?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Question mark.
So they put the disc in the computer, and of course it's a trap. Lots of
my favorite part about this entire fucking thing is everything shuts down and it's at 90%, and Raiden and Snake keep going back and forth going, is it gonna still work if it's at 90%? Like it's big like Zoolander, the files are in the computer. Snake's like, I don't know. Raiden's like, oh, will it still work? And Snake's like, it's at 90%.
God. But why male spies?
So good.
So this alarm is going off. They're freaking out about this. Emma is like weakly. She's on the floor. Hal is Otacon. He's holding her, and she's like,
"Hal is on."
It's true.
Yeah. Well, I said Hal is, and then I said Otacon because I changed it. We're flipping names on the fly. She's like, "Is everything okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, we're totally fine." Lies. By the way.
I mean, you got it.
So. she's died. They're having like a conversation. This weird bitch is like he's pulling his glasses off and just like, I just want you to look at me like a woman.
Call me Emma.
And he's just like, what's and they're just having this like conversation where it's like she's very clearly trying to get him to acknowledge her as like somebody that he could love, and he's just like, goofy, but you're my sister. I can't feel that way. You're my little sister. You're my little kid sister. And she basically, her final request is call me Emma. And Hal's response is, what's wrong with EE? And then
I think that's the last thing she hears before she dies.
Yeah, and she dies, and then he just starts calling her Emma, and then it's very clear that she has now expired and shuffled off this mortal coil. And then he starts wailing and crying over this. And it would be a super powerful scene if they gave you a second to let him sit in his grief instead of him immediately launching into the story about how he fucked her mom. Chad, do you want to talk about the story about how he
get
fucked
that
her
bag?
mom?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't like that so much. It's not great.
It is. So it's revealed by Hal that he, as a teenager, was being taken advantage of by his stepmother, that she was going to get us flagged, but she was repeatedly raping him, basically. And that his father, knowing this, decides to kill himself by drowning in the family swimming pool. And I guess toddler Emma or whatever is in the pool as well. And he decides she has to fend for herself or maybe kill her as well. I'm not clear on whether or not he also tries to kill Emma while he's at it.
Yeah. Hey, we at this point have met, like, we know who Otacon's dad is. That man fucking sucks.
Yeah.
So
Huey is just emotionally
not a great dude.
He's not a great dude. He starts out as this character, like Huey, you know, and Chad, as we go and you sort of start to experience more of this series, you'll start to see this, but I'll just say about Huey Emmerich specifically. Huey starts out as a character that ostensibly is, you feel bad for, and is like the normal guy in this series of circumstances. And as the series goes on and they include him in more things, he becomes more and more like the most insufferable person you've ever met in your life.
Good.
Great. And I'm saying this where he exists in a game alongside Kazuhira Miller, the most insufferable man in Metal Gear Solid 5. Not even close. It's crazy.
It dawned on me when Lily and I were talking the other day that Vanessa Marshall, not only voicing Olga, she also voices a character named Strangelove. And I had completely, I had forgotten that Strangelove is Hal's mom, biological mom. And so we know
Hal's entire family. Yeah,
not too much about the family at this point.
Yeah,
I know more
we
than
definitely
I
know
about Hal's family.
It's a very depressing family.
Yeah,
very depressing family.
I'm curious to revisit Huey as a character as we go, because I actually really liked him in Peace Walker.
Yeah, he was fine. He was mostly fine in Peace Walker.
Yeah,
I think 5 just took his character out back and shot him.
5 especially.
I do wonder if looking at 5 through a different lens, now that we know what's going on, I do wonder if it might recast some of his behavior. Like obviously not all of it, but I am curious, like, as we get there. But anyway, that'll be a while from now. Yeah, and we'll actually announce, we did tweak the rest of this year schedule wise, so we'll talk about that as soon as we wrap up.
We've had to make some. We haven't had to, but fate has been guiding us in a direction that we're going to follow, and so we'll tell you about that later. But so Emma dies. Yeah, so Chad explained the whole situation, and that's why that he wasn't there to save her.
Which also is it's what leads to her crippling fear of drowning and everything that she talked about in the previous episode. Yada yada.
Yeah, and the reason why while all of this was happening, he was upstairs in the middle of this moment with her mom. So he was otherwise indisposed. But it's I think it's a story, like it's a very powerful, like it's an intense story. I just think it's like they like launch into it way too quickly for my taste. Like it's a story that like, okay, good to tell, and like you set up this reason for why Hal doesn't feel like he should see Emma and why she might be mad at him and all this other stuff. Like they set this up, and so you do have to eventually pay that off, but it's like he is like, she just died, dog, and like give it a second, but it is what it is. He tells the story, and it kind of does snap you back into it, because like right after the story, the parakeet is saying, Hal, I miss you.
Oh,
Hal,
dude, I legit got
it gets me too. Yeah.
God,
that and the
gets me every
shot
time.
he goes to the elevator and he's by himself for the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and he like punches the
yeah. I'm like sitting at the fucking mechanic, just like
smelling up.
There's like a
sobbing
sitting to my left, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now, dude?
Good.
I will say, in terms of character development, like in hindsight, I kind of feel like Metal Gear Solid 2 shoves all of the meaningful character development in the last 2 hours.
Oh my god!
Yes.
Because that's how I felt too. I kept expecting it to be more spread out. I don't know why. And then I kind of had lulled myself into a point where I was like, well, maybe this just isn't like, just is what it is. And then they're like, here's all the character development you've been waiting
Actually,
for.
Here is every piece of lore.
Here's most of the game,
want.
actually.
Yeah, overloaded. Yeah.
Here's every character's fucking lore dump.
Crazy.
Back to back to back.
I will say too, before we move on to the next part, there was also the one part while he was going through this with the bird and everything like that, where you hear wolves howling in the background, and he like reminisces about Sniper Wolf and like being the survivor and like asking her why and like all this other stuff like that. So he is like in the midst of all this, where it's just like, he lost Wolf. He now has lost his sister. Like he's losing these people, and he's like having to lock in and like be the guy that like does the thing.
There's something I wanted to say about the Sniper Wolf thing is that obviously, when he's talking about always being the one left alone, then you get that wolf howl. It's like a prime example of me wishing that Kojima would, for once in his life, do show don't tell. Because if he just said that line and we got the wolf howl and that's it, I think that's so powerful. But of course, we have to fucking shoot over to a clip of Metal Gear Solid 1 where it's like, I get it. I know what you're doing. Just do the wolf howl. That's super cool. I don't now need to see Sniper Wolf. Like, I understand what we're doing here.
It would take him 24 years to learn how to do that. He would
all of his character development was at the end too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh no!
Whoa!
It's over.
Well,
I mean, he's closer to the end than the beginning. Let's
I guess
be real.
I didn't think about this at all. So like, Hal not only just lost his sister, not only lost this woman who he was in love with, not only lost his father, his fucking biological father, to suicide, but ostensibly he is stuck with this young sister and then this like sex offender stepmom.
Yeah.
Epstein mom. Yeah.
For we don't know how long.
Bad time.
His mom's his stepmom's in the files for sure.
I will say it made me soften up a little bit to him. This whole character reveal. I was like, you know what? I've judged you harshly, perhaps unfairly.
This is
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it was the same for me. I really ingratiated me to Otacon, both because of how depressing his entire backstory is, but because right near the end of all this happening, Snake, being about as respectful as he can be, is like, hey, I know like your shit sucks real bad, but like we really have to go. And he does this really nice thing where he gives Hal purpose and is like, listen, man, you're the only one who can save these hostages. You really need to do this for me. And instead of like in Metal Gear Solid 1, how many times did Snake try to get Hal to do something? And you're like, no, I'm just a little weeaboo coward. I can't do it.
I'm just a little guy.
But this time, even though he's like ostensibly having the worst fucking day of his life, he's just like, yeah, I got to do it. And he just gets to it immediately. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
Well, I think the cool thing about it too is that he starts out that way where he's just like, you don't want me to come with you because I'm going to get in the way.
Yeah.
And then Snake's like, no. And he like grabs his shoulder. He's like, no, only you can do this.
And the cool handshake
and then
as well.
he was like,
the coolest fucking handshake in video game history.
There's like this section goes from like cool moment to cool moment because all this is happening.
And then Raiden gets naked and negates all
that. It really cancels all that out. But this all is happening, and then I love a good the team rolls out moment because like the shot of them like turning to the camera and Otacon is in front of them and Raiden and Snake are like,
it's like Arlong Park.
Yeah, the walk to Arlong Park, bitches. Oh, that's a bear.
My wife made me that.
My wife.
Cute. My wife.
I really gotta
yeah. But they have that moment where they walk, and I also will say too is like when Emma dies, there's a moment where like they're really like playing thoughtfully with Otacon in this moment because when she dies, like they have Raiden and Snake standing there and like kind of like just kind of like holding the quiet space and like kind of like looking
holding
off,
space.
and it's just like holding space. I'm holding space. And just like the way that they frame everything and like block everything is like really good.
Snake weren't holding space. They were still just stressing, trying to mentally figure out if 90% would still get them there.
Hey, have you ever downloaded anything before? How does this work?
The computer's on fire. This is going to be specifically for like Chad and Tyler and like the wrestling folks that listen. But do you remember that WWE shop promo they did years ago with DX and it's like Shawn Michaels and Triple H or like
because I'm a wrestling person too.
That's right. Sorry, I forget, James. I'm sorry.
I had forgotten.
But it's just like I had forgotten. It's just like Triple H and Shawn Michaels and Road Dogg and X-Pac just trying to like figure out computers and they're just like old men now. It kind of feels like that. It's I'll send it to you.
I don't think I've seen it. No, sorry. I'm a fake fan.
Yeah. A fake fan. Yeah. But yeah, so they have the rollout moment and then
Otacon immediately starts crying and forgets to save the hostages and everyone.
Yeah. No, Snake is like, you need to lock in, only you can do this, and they're just like, yeah, okay. Then the most iconic moment in gaming happens. The bro shake. And God, what a beautiful moment between platonic life partners, man.
Dudes rock.
Dudes rock, you know, and I've spent the last year actively choosing to not be a dude, but sometimes you just got to say dudes rock. You know what I'm saying?
It's a prime example of male positivity. If you look up male positivity in the encyclopedia, it's a picture of this.
Because like the way that it shakes out, it's already like this like really cool like handshake that they do, and they do like the Dylan, you son of a bitch, like they do that hand lock. But then,
do you think they practice?
Oh, probably. Yeah. They're in Alaska doing that fucking 7 times a day.
Every day. Yeah, every fucking day, multiple times a day.
Morning
right after they charge their JO crystals, they're practicing.
Fuck yeah.
But after they clasp on the last moment of the handshake, the thing bringing in for a hug.
Hell yeah.
And it's
I love that. I love that.
Man.
If you have a ultra wide mod, you can see that Snake's actually cupping Raiden's ass cheek.
Hell yeah.
In that hug.
Got to include him. Got to include the boy. Let the boy watch.
No.
I can feel it in my plums. So Otacon goes off. His speech, the speeches he's making here are like, they're a little melodramatic, but also very nice. Like I like Otacon in this like stretch here. So Otacon goes off to save the hostages. And then Snake and Raiden are left in front of this elevator, and they're trying to talk about how to get onto our arsenal gear, because if the virus isn't going to work, things are being activated. They need to get on to stop it manually. And there's like, we just need someone on the inside to let us in. And then Snake goes, I've got a friend. And here comes the ninja. Ninja shows up, and what a surprise. Could never have guessed, even for a moment, The ninja is in fact Olga.
What?
What?
Get the fuck out of here.
I know.
No way.
I know.
Olga.
Hairy armpits and all. It's Olga
Whole time?
Lukovich. She's the ninja.
You
the
don't
whole
know
time
she might have
she's been
shaved
the
since
ninja.
the tanker
It's
incident.
true.
I
Been a
don't
couple
think
years.
she did.
She was like
I don't think she
Pit,
did.
Stinky Pit sink ships. I gotta shave.
No. You don't understand. They smell different when it's I'm just saying. Smell different when it's women.
It's the
$20 a
estrogen.
month Patreon tier.
That's
It's
right.
the estrogen. Legitimately, like the smells that your body emits
Yeah.
on estrogen are
Read a
completely
book.
different from when you're
Read a fucking book.
Sometimes just
Open
read
the
a fucking
schools.
book. Hey,
Open
read
the
a fucking
schools.
book.
Open the schools.
Let the children learn.
Let the children learn. Wu-Tang is for
It's
the
for the
children.
Wu-Tang was all about estrogen. They wouldn't
really
shut up
were.
about it.
Really think
They-
about it.
Yep.
If you
They
peel back
really
the
did.
36
for sure.
chambers of HRT.
Listen, got him right here. This is one of my many
Whoa.
chambers.
Hell yeah, drugs on the fucking pod.
Did anybody else feel as if the ninja body looked a
Yo.
little weird with Olga's
Very.
head?
She's
Very-
fucking yoked in this thing.
It's fucking brick
Like,
shit house,
damn,
Olga
Olga.
Lukovich. Sitting there.
Oh, I do have a correction. So last episode, and I only know this because I was listening to it on my 9-hour drive today. At 2:00 in the fucking morning, I was like, I need to make sure this episode doesn't sound like shit before it goes live. But Chad goes, I don't think Solidus buffs up at any other point. in the
He
game."
sure fucking does,
He
dog.
does.
Yeah.
He's
He
a Buffy
does.
boy.
He's
Buffy
he's a
boy.
Buffy boy.
Buffy boy is right.
Yep.
But
Buffy,
Olga, she
Buffy
gets a little
boy.
flex. I even heard the
She gets a
little,
little-
like the muscle
Mhm.
explosion sound effect.
It's like a fucking
I saw
like a
that
dust
ghost.
particle just flew
Yeah,
across my.
nuts.
Is that
my,
Are You
my
Haunted?
camera. That was.
I think that was a
might
ghost of
be
Scott
haunted.
Dahl.
For sure, got.
Oh
I
shit.
mean, I've got. Let me get my planchette necklace and see. What's going on here. Yeah. So Raiden's like really spook shocked by this revelation. And just the dirty dastardly thing happens where Raiden's like I didn't like you're on the same side. Like whose side are you on? Or he said, what does he say? He said
Yeah.
something.
He's
But
like, you're on
basically-
their side.
Mm.
You're on their side, and Raiden and Snake goes, I don't recall saying I was on your side. And then Olga knocks him out. And
Cold-blooded.
Yeah,
Raiden-
she says go to sleep or something.
Yeah, or something like that. And then go night night. Let me get to this next scene where the big shell is collapsing and being destroyed as Arsenal gear is sort of activated. Two things about this. Number one, there are a couple of scenes that I just don't remember because it's been so long. I do not remember this scene. And for some, like, of all of them collapsing and Otacon, like, watching it all happen from the chopper after
He looks
having
shook too.
Mhm.
He
looks
his eyes
really
go
shook.
wide. He's like, fuck.
Yeah. In my head, because of the shape of the struts and stuff, and because of all the the hexagon iconography, my brain has always been like they retract into Arsenal,
Mm.
but that's
Oh.
not the case. They just kind of
Oh.
break off and fall away because it's all hexagon based, like it's all the thing,
Right.
and so like it's like panels on Arsenal that sinks, but they just gotta get destroyed.
Yeah. I will say it comes up. Obviously, we're going to get to it a little bit later, but some of the transitions, I know why they removed it, but there's a certain transition with Arsenal towards the end when we just do a fucking cut to black and now we're somewhere else that irritates me beyond no end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
It's
made
a
a note
very-
about that. I made a
It's
note
like
about
Halo
that.
2, where every
Oh my
cutscene
God,
feels like I
fucking
missed fucking
nightmare
half an
mode.
hour of cutscenes.
Yep.
Yeah. Because ostensibly like this entire time they want you to believe that you're just kind of off the coast of Manhattan. And there is no logical reason to believe that that's the case. It's very weird, very strange. Yeah, so the big shell starts collapsing, things start going down, Otacon's flying away in the chopper. And then the weirdness is going to start kicking up by a lot. And if you thought it was weird already, it's going to get real weird. Starting with the fact that Rose calls you, and the codec pops up, and it's Rose, and it's just like a static screen. And she just goes, Jack, do you want to save? No concern, no anything. Just, do you want to save? And then it gives you the option to save before you move into the next thing. So that's kind of like the first indicator to me that like some shit's going wrong.
Yeah. Before we dive into it, I just want to ask this question so that the listener can be thinking about it as we enter this mysterious new place. I have always thought that like the magic of Metal Gear is the tightrope walk of grounded absurdity, right? So like Metal Gear Solid 1, I mean, I think a lot of it, I don't want to blow up anybody else's spot and say that like nobody else did a good job, but I think a lot of the reason why I believe the absurdity of this world but yet feel so grounded is because of like David Hayter in Metal Gear Solid 1, right? Like Snake fucking sells the absurdity and the seriousness. However, I think a lot of people, and myself included, though I know it's for purpose, I think what we're about to experience is the series like quite literally jumping the shark like more than ever. And I do think for some people what we're about to experience, while intentional, I think a lot of people have criticism towards the sheer, it's not like a scale, like a balancing scale between grounded and absurd. It's like Kojima took the scale and threw it out the fucking window. And so I do think like, I don't know. I guess I want to pose the question like to Chad specifically, Chad and James, that you guys hadn't played this before, but like tonally, did you feel as if Metal Gear was just completely abandoning reality at this point? And how did you, I don't know. How did you
square that circle?
Yeah. It's an interesting question.
Because I will refer back to the first episode of our coverage. You both said that it was like one of your top games now. Or Chad, I think you put in your top 5.
Yep.
So having that moment, I think it's a really good question. Like, how did you process that, and how did you kind of like bring it to square?
The first thing I'll say is mechanically, one thing that I really like and appreciate about that Rose call, where it's just like it's clear something's off, but you save the game, is I used to really hate when games would like talk about mechanics in dialogue and in story,
right?
But I feel like this team found a way to like integrate it in such a way that it actually pays off in a way that feels really nice, where it's like I actually don't mind that because I don't know how they're gonna fuck with me later on it. I would say like I didn't feel like it abandoned reality. I think probably because of how our current reality is. Like I feel like it's actually way more it feels like a game that's like almost about what we're dealing with today in so many ways. That it feels weird sometimes to realize like, oh, this shit's like over 20 years old.
Yeah.
So, and when you're posing us this question, are you referring specifically to the next time that we get control of Raiden and can move around? Is that specifically what you mean when it starts to go like jump the shark, basically?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to talk about it as we progress through that section here in a bit, but I think like this is like a good reflection point because I would argue even what we've played thus far from the tanker onward makes the original Metal Gear Solid look like a fucking HG TV show because like you have like literal superheroes and like fucking all kinds of like crazy mysticism to a heightened level that even like MGS1 didn't even have.
It felt like a natural, for me anyway, like it felt like a natural escalation of the mysticism that's introduced. So like it didn't feel as like shark jumpy to me, but I don't know if I would feel that way not having all of the broader context that I have on the series as a whole, because I do feel like in other ways, like there are payoffs to things everywhere that make it feel really good. But like on its own, that is an interesting question of like, would it feel that way?
Yeah.
Without the context.
It actually does raise an interesting question for me because you mentioned, James, as far as like having the context for the rest of the series goes. if you think about the very next game in the series, we joke about the um them all being like the X-Men, where they all
Yeah.
have like these weird powers, and just like we don't have that question or consideration for 3 because
Yep.
because it's just what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that stems from the fact that we've been desensitized to it by 2,
Yeah.
or if the fact that it exists in a world that is way more grounded
Right.
in general, because now we're kind of having this like everything is like kind of futuristic, and there's like AI and like all this other like all of the like this is all stuff like,
I mean, we're
you know,
about to
and
get into
so
like Zone of the Enders
Yeah.
world.
oh yeah
here in a little
so if you put us into like a historical context and just say, and actually, and also there were these like weird psychic soldiers, and that's totally fine. And I'm wondering if we give 3 leeway for that because of the setting and because we already had 2,
yeah.
or if it's just like I don't know. That's an interesting question.
I guess I'm just trying to identify like there are quite a lot of people that I have met throughout my life that loved Metal Gear Solid, and like what we're about to get into like made them not have a good time anymore.
Interesting.
Is it because
I
of, like,
think
this is my favorite part of the
And
game.
these aren't like hardcore gamers, right?
Yeah,
Like these are
gotcha.
like sort of Johnny casual, Johnny come
I was gonna say,
lately.
is it like the Splinter sellification of like Solid Snake? Like you think he's going to be this thing, and you're playing this game, and then when you were like, because I'm just like, this is good ass sci-fi,
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
I
yeah.
routinely consider this like the best part of 2.
This is my
Oh, 100%.
easily my
Yeah.
favorite part of the game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Chad, what were you gonna say? I know earlier.
Yeah, for my part, I think the reason that tonally this part, and then even like you said, the parts leading up to this didn't feel too crazy or unexpected, is that I think I had already, even before playing Metal Gear Solid, Kojima had a reputation for being kind of like an out there crazy guy. Like even having not played any of the games, I knew that already. So it doesn't really like, it's never been a surprise to me when something crazy happens, because I'm just like, well, that's kind of like his thing. He's known for doing this. So I think that I would love to know what it would have felt like had I not known.
Yeah.
But I'd have to wipe my brain in Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah,
So.
I guess we have and it's part and parcel with what the game's talking about, but I guess due to context and due to passed on information, we'll never be able to recreate that year 2001 first time dealing with this.
How crazy.
Or 9/11, can't recreate that.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
that's not necessarily
when there's
true.
a will, there's a way.
Oh no!
And listen. They put
We're not
another
aiming for
tower
the
over
truck.
there. They put another tower. They're not aiming for the truck. A plane has hit the third tower.
Oh,
And
no.
I also, but that's an interesting thing too. Just Chad, what you said, which is like, if I could just wipe my memory of the Metal Gear series and go at it again with fresh eyes, with beautiful eyes, the thing.
God, I don't have it on here for some reason.
Oh
God
no!
damn it. Oh, beautiful eyes.
Beautiful eyes. The thing that like. The thing that I wonder, because you talk about how like if you would feel differently if you didn't know that Kojima was a weirdo, but I also am like, you kind of do have to experience one before you can really take in what this game is, and so you get the vibe off of one that he's a fucking weirdo. So it's moot, maybe, like you know after a certain point you just kind of know what he is. I know what you are.
I was thinking about this going
Skin of a killer, Bella.
I was thinking about this going into this episode. So this isn't, and I know you guys know this. I'm just saying this for the listener. This isn't the second Metal Gear game, right? Like this would be way weirder. This would be way weirder if this was the second game in this entire series.
Yeah,
but
so at this point, the fourth, right? So
I do feel that Hideo Kojima at this point, you have to understand he has been working on this game series for 15 years, just about, if not longer. So I think for him, the end of this game represents him just being like, fuck it. It's yours now. Like quite literally, like it's yours now. I'm walking away. if we were to character insert Kojima into the role of Snake at the end, you know what I mean? It's like, and we'll get to it, but I do think I hadn't considered that before. And when you think of this being the fourth game, and technically it's like the fourth fucking recreation of the same, like Metal Gear 2 is Metal Gear Solid, like mechanically.
Yeah, Metal Gear 2 is Metal Gear Solid. It's Metal Gear Solid 2 is.
So this dude made 4 Zelda games and was like, I'm done with Zelda games.
Am I misremembering this, or isn't 2 the one where like he wasn't gonna make it, and then somebody else was like writing like a side thing?
They said we made Snake's Revenge, and so he was
right.
So that's interesting context as well of just like Kojima's mindset in writing this game.
Yeah, well, that was Metal Gear 2.
That was like the originals.
Oh, okay, I see.
But regardless, I do think what we're about to get into, and it even directly cites Metal Gear in one of the codec calls we're about to have. But I think what we're about to get into is literally like, and we wouldn't have known this in 2001, but it's like an author deeply reflecting on his own work for the next 2 hours. So anyway, I just want
to what we about to get into, fam. Like, what's the play? What's the move, homie?
Alessio, it's I'm excited to get to the end and talk about that a bit more, because I also connected what Solid Snake says at the end to Kojima's personal views. I made the exact same connection you just made, so that'll be fun.
That's in 3, actually.
Oh, fuck.
The end, yeah. Anyway. Sorry. It's stupid. Really stupid.
That was very good. That was very
good. Thank you. Oh my god.
All right, let's go rock some cocks.
Yeah, we're gonna rock some cocks. Raiden, you wake up interestingly in a torture rack in first person, and you see the main bad guys, including Ocelot, in this room talking about you.
Oh, no.
And you get the insane revelation that Solidus actually does know Raiden. And that is because Solidus is Raiden's adoptive father.
Godfather.
He was Godfather. Yeah, the God. Kiss the ring. He basically plucked Raiden from being an orphan. And we're going to learn more about that as well later on. And basically said, "You're a child soldier now." And so Raiden was like one of the most prominent members of the Small Boys unit.
I'm sorry, Small Boy unit is fucking hilarious.
It's terrible. You got to put the small. You got to.
That was for you.
Yeah, you put the Small Boys unit on Little St. James Island.
No. I plucked Edith out of daycare and said, "You're a child soldier now."
And she said, "Daddy, go sleep." And then it was great. So he was running down like all Jack the Ripper was his nickname.
White Devil.
Given I was gonna say, given some of the stuff that we've talked about Raiden in this video game, White Devil as a nickname is crazy.
For sure. Do you think that Solidus named, because he did say he gave Raiden his name, Jack.
Yeah.
You think Solidus named him that because of the Big Boss connection?
That's how
Oh shit.
Maybe. Interesting.
Also, question for the room, no spoilers. They explicitly state this is happening in like 1988. We know for a fact that Liquid and Solid are like 15.
Yeah.
That's
true.
16.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Solidus doing? How is he doing this? Because like they even talked about how Solidus was created after as like a perfect third.
Shit.
So, like, how is he rolling around in fucking Africa in 88 building a child army?
Oh, I
mean, think about fucking Solid being, not a spoiler at this point, but think about Solid being old as fuck in 4.
Yeah, that's
and it only being a couple years after. It could just be that accelerated, like.
Well, and Solidus does look much older than.
Yeah.
Right, because Solidus would be like 16, but look like, I don't know, 28 or whatever because of the accelerated aging. Which is also, also thematically that works because it's like you're literally using a child soldier to create more child soldiers. Like that's kind of like a neat
dope. Not thought about that.
foil.
That's real good.
Yeah.
All right, tell us more about the
small boy
children on
unit.
St. James, Little St. James.
What I forget which war
Liberian Civil
they
War.
said he was in. Yes.
Which is
So
real quick.
he was-
Why I don't know why in this franchise there are so many white children in Africa. What are they all doing there? Like, there's not a ton, but there's enough that I start to be like, what's happening here? Where did he come from?
So we need to think.
Where did he go?
Confront.
Metal Gear is much like the current Wolfenstein series, where it's just like our world up until a certain point, and then all these white children were sent to Africa.
All these white children. All these white children. And you know what? They're quirked up and speaking a little Chinese.
They're quirked
In
up and they're
Liberia?
speaking Perfect.
Yeah, dude.
Liberian.
You don't even know. This is one of their primary languages in Liberia. Don't look that up.
Don't look that
Don't
up.
fact check that. Don't fact check that.
Close the schools.
Oh yeah, I was told there wouldn't be fact
Close
checking.
schools. Right, exactly. That's part of my contract, you know. But yeah, so they're going through all this, you know. We're finding out that Raiden was a basically, like I said, child soldier, and a really fucking good one apparently, which is why he got all these nicknames, the best. And he like became like the leader of the unit and all this other stuff, and it's just like
The army of the devil.
The army, yeah. So very intense, really intense stuff. And then of course, as we're kind of learning more about this, Ocelot's hand, he starts having another conniption. And Solidus
trying to get his beating off going on, and they interrupted his time.
He was trying to goon. No goon in our arsenal.
My hand!
Hey. So,
I'm just hearing Liquid's voice in my mind, like, okay, come on, Ocelot, let me jerk you off.
Well, we're gonna hear Liquid real soon.
here's the thing, though. Arsenal, also the name of a soccer team or football, if you nasty.
Whoa.
The fans of
Gooners.
the fans of Arsenal FC
They're
are called
Gooners.
Gooners. So Gooner gear is technically what we're in right now. So
We're in the tummy of Gooner Gear.
we're gooning in the tummy.
oh god.
Ew. I real quick, I do have a game related question about the events that led us here. Rose told us before this moment that she was pregnant.
No,
right?
I don't think so. Did she?
No, because it's, and I'm gonna skip ahead for 2 seconds here. It's pre AI switch that she says she's pregnant. Like that part is real because she puts her hand on her belly on the streets in New York at the end of the game.
Well, it's
pregnancy is
yes,
real.
the pregnancy is real, but we don't hear that until the whole Daisy Bell
Well,
moment
she
where
mentions
she's,
it
like, fading
again
away.
because they there's like a body swap that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think she tells you before you enter Arsenal. Because I think literally the next room when you get the call,
I think she hints at it, but I don't think she explicitly says it.
Yeah, because again, to skip ahead, we can censor this or whatever. She's telling you when you're in I think it's literally called like the colon or something. And when she says, I'm pregnant, her voice goes all fucked up because it's like,
yeah, it's like that. If you start singing Daisy Bell, I'm out of here. Like the
yeah.
She's like fading away.
I'm very unclear.
That's
on when.
That's the first time where she says it that she is pregnant.
Yeah, I'm
pretty confident.
We'll get to this later too. I am super unclear on when or when not Rose is Rose and when Rose is AI.
Right,
I have no fucking clue.
I mean,
Campbell, it's very obvious.
Yeah. Are you sure the only Rose is Rose?
Oh,
you know what
shit.
I mean?
Yeah, there could be so many roses.
Wow.
Johnny, Moira.
Every rose has its thorn.
Four of the roses.
Oh no.
R.I.P. Moira Rose.
Yeah, true. Rewatching that right now. Good
Oh,
watch.
nice.
Good show.
Take further into the bowels.
So Ocelot's having like a conniption fit. And he speculates that it's because he's here as well. So we're slowly finding out that we're on Arsenal gear, and Snake is also probably on Arsenal gear somewhere. Solidus has an eye patch because of my eye from the Harrier fight, and Ocelot tells him that he's the spitting image of Big Boss, and then he starts like laughing. he chokes you out for a minute, and there's like a little mini torture sequence where you have to mash the button to not die.
Does not prepare you for the fucking insanity that is going to be the next torture sequence. Here
No, that one is fucking wild.
Which, so you guys know, the HD version actually ratcheted it down. The torture sequence in OG MGS2 and Substance,
it's awful.
Fucking
shit.
brutal.
Oh, for real?
Like,
Crazy.
yeah, dude. Like, it legitimately, even on good runs, I would start the last battle of the game like with like a sliver of health because of
shit.
Yeah.
So your forearms, thank you for not having to go through that.
Yeah. And he starts like Salazar starts cackling about how like they're in the memory of Shadow Moses and like there's all this other stuff. It's just like really just harrowing shit. Ocelot and Solidus leave. Olga shows up and goes on their psychic nano communication codec call because apparently they're being monitored. We'll do this, and it's just like, okay, we're just talking. It's just telepathy at this point. And you learn about what she's doing. You learn about how she's an agent for the Patriots and how she was pregnant when you met her on the tanker. So now you're kind of learning why we couldn't lethally kill Olga, because not only was she important to the story, but also she was pregnant. And
Kojima's a pussy.
yeah. And when she gave birth, she was in a hospital that was run by the Patriots, and they took her child and basically used her as an agent to like execute all this stuff. And her goal was to like get Raiden past the finish line, because if Raiden doesn't succeed, then they're gonna kill her baby.
Saying that she like never even got to hold her baby. It was like fucking brutal.
Yeah, they just literally like pulled the baby out and then took the baby away, and that was the only time she ever saw that baby. And Raiden's asking like, well, how long have you and Snake been allies? Literally, they met and this feels fucking insane to me. She's like literally right before your friend got stabbed. So literally right before Snake goes to set up on the platform to help you snipe as Emma's crossing the bridge, they met, they confronted each other, and they hashed it out and realized they needed to work together. That feels, timeline wise, feels insane.
The really cool part about that is real quick. Yeah, this is a quick point. Is that if you try to call Snake for help before a certain point, because you can call him on the codec to get him to help you snipe stuff, but if you do it too soon, he's like, "I'm in the middle of something. I'm not quite there yet. I got held back. I'll be there in a bit." And I'm like, it's because he was dealing with Olga. That's kind of neat.
Olga, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I will say this does remind me of what I think is like one of the biggest travesties in the entire series. And that is
that we never got to play as Snake through the
they kept fucking selling Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, the big back of the box thing at the time, and it was all over the fucking magazines, was you can play Snake's version of what was happening at the plant.
And it was fucking like, Snake Tales.
Yeah, and then you get to play the fucking Snake Tales, and they're garbage. Like they have nothing to do. Like Chad, you'll find out.
I will very soon.
Do our research, but like the Snake Tales are like these weird Gaiden stories that have literally nothing to do with the continuity, and you're just playing as Snake in the environment of the plant.
We're gonna talk about them more in depth next episode. But I do want to highlight, like, they have nothing to do. Like, I want to highlight that one of the ones, I think the first one, Fat Man's the leader of the terrorists. Yeah. And, like, the continuity is just so, they're just, like, these weird offshoot non-canon stories. And it's just like, man, if they gave us, like, a tanker plant B section where you just kind of get to put the pieces of what Snake was doing that entire time and like lock them, like that would have been
Leon.
Yeah, that would have been like incredible.
That
it
sounds
didn't
awesome.
have to be like super long, but it would have been like, I think it would have been even if it's something that you unlock after you beat the game, which I think would have been appropriate. It would have probably put a salve on the whole like you play as Snake for such a short amount of time and then it's riding the rest of the game. I think that would have kind of healed some things there, and it would have filled in so many gaps. I think that would have been a lot of fun. And so just like hearing stories about how like how did that conversation go?
Mhm.
And then there's another moment a little bit later where after like when Raiden climbs up the ladder and goes to confront the final like
climbs up the
area
ladder and
there.
enters fucking who knows where, fucking the other place from Silent
Yeah,
Hill.
For real.
yeah. Like whatever Snake's dealing with down below with who he confronts down there, it's like I want to see that. Like I want to like know what's going on there, and they just don't do it, and it's like that's crazy.
I guess
I almost hope that if they do like a Delta style for 2, they find some way to like plug that in, because I think that would be a really great opportunity to like add some context to just the timeline, you know.
I mean, to play devil's advocate, like especially with how ambiguous and fast and loose this game plays with like reality, like it is Raiden's story, and like
Sure.
not knowing what's happening outside of his perspective, I can understand, but like don't sell an entire version of the game as having this additional content and then have it be like absolutely not what
they
you sold.
overdid it on the marketing for sure.
Well, and it's interesting because
again, like,
Konami
even,
did something sort of similar with Silent Hill 2 in literally the same year, right? Like that DLC is kind of like seeing what's happening in the world around you that you cannot actually see or hear.
True. Yeah. And that was actually very good. Born from a Wish.
Born from a Wish is really good. And again, like lock it behind beating the game so that you get Raiden's story and then you can play it. But it's just weird that like they just never considered that as a thing. To me, I don't know. Maybe I'm a baby media illiterate bitch, but like I don't know.
Wow, yeah.
I mean, that stole the words right from my mouth.
Whatever. Just a really hot bitch that doesn't understand media.
She's like the dumbest but hottest woman I've
dumbest. Just the dumbest, but like
what's the female equivalent of a
so
himbo?
hot?
Just like
a bimbo. That's what the word is.
Bimbo, like him.
Guys, I just
I didn't know that either.
There is no fucking shot. There is no shot. You didn't know that.
What's the female version of a himbo is fucking insane.
Well, bimbo sounds so offensive.
Yeah, I agree.
No shit. No shit.
Yeah, a himbo is like something you strive to be.
I gotta once again, you gotta pay $10 for this goddamn thing, because when Alessio and James realized they both didn't know that, they high-fived.
Insane behavior.
Holy shit.
Can't wait for the game to match my insanity.
Listen, quite frankly, if that was not a textbook dudes rock moment, I don't know what was.
That's true.
It's like the Hive is like, "Yo, bimbo, oh my god!" It's like, come on. Anyway, Olga. I thought James
left.
Ate it like you just
gone.
James like, I gotta get out of here.
I gotta run. So Olga's like, I'm gonna go to the other room and release your restraints. I'm gonna punch you in the stomach though to make it look like I'm like torturing you. She just like hit him and just like hauls off and give him a good fucking sock in the gut.
I do want to point out one thing, and I swear to fucking God, I didn't imagine it. During the cutscene before Ocelot leaves the room, Ocelot turns to look at Olga, I think, and it's a wide shot directly above Ocelot's nose. 100% saw all of Raiden's crotch.
Oh shit!
Oh,
like 100 fucking %.
Whoa!
And it was for like a frame, and like it's essentially like a skin colored crotch from the skull.
Yeah,
every frame of painting.
Yeah, every frame of painting. But I mean, it used to be back in the day, like you had to like cheat or whatever. Like people would find weird glitches and shit to see what it was. But no, in that fucking cutscene on the Vita screen, no less.
Whoa!
I saw it for like a few frames.
Enhance.
Yeah. I love when people do that in TV shows when they absolutely don't need to enhance it.
Yeah.
You can just see it. Yeah.
It's the it's the best.
Yeah. So while you're waiting for Olga to let you go, you have a call with Rose. And this is a pretty good conversation. A little soap opera, but like not too bad. It's like a pretty interesting, like where Raiden is like finally remembering his history because he like they'll talk about like one of the reasons why he was such a good candidate for what they're doing here is because of his repression.
Mm-hmm.
And how he like tried to block out all the stuff that happened, but he's now remembering everything that happened to him as a child soldier. And he's like relaying this to Rose very confidently, which is a little suspicious. And again, like all the stuff kind of at play with his head and things like that. But just like a really harrowing recollection of the story, including especially the part where he talks about how they put they mix gunpowder into the food to like.
I was talking to James about this earlier today.
Yum.
Yeah, to like induce like psychosis and like and hallucinations and stuff. It's like this is insane shit.
I just kept imagining Quentin Flynn doing this stuff because of the voice, and I was like, no, you didn't do any of this.
There is one line that kind of takes me out a little bit, where he goes, "No one can take him on, take him down, except me." That was pretty lame.
Like silent snake. Dog, solid snake's in the other room. Like, shut the fuck up.
I like silent snake.
Brother, your dick's out right now. Why are you talking?
Yeah. So you have this conversation with Rose, and my notes just glitched out, but you do get freed.
Oh,
from
shit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
GW they're here. On. They're here.
Lily, you were right, by the way. I checked the script for the game. Rose doesn't say the word pregnant at all until the sequence that's coming up right before Snake says the thing that he says.
You get freed finally. And there is one thing you can do in this room because Raiden's now naked and he's covering his little giblets. But you can put yourself back on the torture rack for a second.
Just for fun.
And that's really funny. So you do that, and when you do that, instead of showing you the goods, it shifts focus to outside of the torture room, and you're looking in to the room, and there is the perspective has a straw that is sticking out of a can of soda or juice or something that is covering his crotch, and it is incredibly funny.
And the best part is that can with that straw is in the entire scene, the entire Solidus monologue. It's sitting right there in the background, and you can just see it waiting.
Yeah,
I wonder who soda is.
It's
Johnny Soda.
Johnny Soda, Johnny's sippy cup.
They slipped a little laxative in there. That's why.
No! Somebody just keeps spiking his drinks with laxative.
It's a check.
Can you imagine getting the job order to like go fucking animate the straw scene for like the 1% of player that's gonna put themselves back on the fucking torture?
Oh, I think it's probably way more than 1%. James.
I am the 1%.
I am the 1%.
Ryan's got great cum gutters, I gotta say, real quick.
He really does. He really does.
Respect.
Getting him in there. Thank you. Yeah, that's
pour one out.
Pour one out.
No.
Pinch one out.
Don't get no. That's worse. Fuck. I was gonna make a joke about Chekhov's soda can, but we're gone.
Chekhov's cum.
Chekhov's cum. Thank you. So you walk around and you leave the torture room and you're in this area. I think this is the jejunum. The jejunum.
Which is the name for the middle segment of the small intestine.
Oh wow.
Yum.
The pause screen's also sick as fuck if you pause in this part of the game. It doesn't show you the big shell.
Yeah.
It shows you like a fucking turtle with like a snake on its back and
Yeah.
all this crazy astrology shit.
Yeah. So you get a call from the colonel at this point where he basically says you have to stop Solidus. This is your mission. You need to play your role. This is a type of role-playing game after all.
Mhm.
And God, I love when this game gets fucking weird. It's like we're
Paul's bringing it home.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
killing
we're in
it.
our fucking Paul fucking crushes this. Like,
Yeah.
I understand why he loves saying that I need Scissor 61 lines so much at conventions and stuff, because he fucking crushes it and he deserves to be able to say that as much as he fucking wants to.
Yeah.
It's just this goddamn section of this game is in its fucking Duffy, man. It's just got the sauce. It has got that
juice.
sauce. It's got the juice.
Did
and
any of you guys
it's-
get seen during this part?
I did not, because
every time.
I
Big time.
yeah.
I got seen right at the end as I got in the door.
Oh damn. That sucks.
My strat is to
I
just
did
I
great.
get halfway up and then I just fucking cartwheel to the end once they see me because I can usually get
Yeah.
through before I die. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing that Colonel says before you start rolling through here is when Raiden's like kicking up a stink and like protesting and stuff, he goes, "We have Rosemary."
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ryan's like, "What?" And then he just kind of hangs up on him, and then you have to kind of like navigate through. So you can't hang, you can't fight, you can cartwheel, and you can run.
I think
And
you could do like a little punch, but it's only with one hand, I think, if I
Yeah.
remember correctly.
not super effective.
Yeah.
And if you linger for too long, and I don't know if this happened to you or you, Chad, or James, if you linger too long, they mentioned the temperature. You can get sick and you can
right.
sneeze
Oh
and
shit.
you can alert the guards if
Oh,
you get
that's sick.
sick.
There is
So
a
you'll
medicine
notice.
pickup.
Yes.
Oh,
you'll
that's
notice
why
before
that's
you,
there.
Before you go upstairs, yeah, you get
Oh.
medicine
Huh.
to cure that. Yeah.
That's sick.
Really.
Yeah. But basically you have to get through this section, and you're getting these codec calls the entire fucking time, and they are optional codec calls. They're the blue ones. You can just ignore them, but if you do, you miss some of the coolest
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And some of the lines that he's saying like are
Do they come up
disturbing.
yet? I thought they came up once.
Yeah,
you
no, they're
entered
happening. No, they
two.
happen like
Oh,
all through this section.
This part, yeah.
Where as disturbing as the lines are and can be, I think one of the things that really sends it for me is that the picture of Colonel is like flipping angles, and sometimes you see the back of his
Yeah.
head, and sometimes he's a skeleton, and sometimes it's just
Yep.
like he's zoomed in, and it's like
Zoom in
There's some-
fucking
The
gets
zoom
me.
in's awesome.
the zoom in is wild because you can zoom in even more if you hold down the stick.
Oh,
Crazy. And he's just saying like again the I heard it's with the something the flapjaws space for
Yeah,
the tuning
yeah.
fork does a Rob Link on Harry Carry Rock. I need Scissor 61 where he'd like cut. Then there's the one where it's like he's just like rapidly like spamming through the fucking Japanese Shinkansen stops
Yep.
and like saying all the stations like so
Yeah.
rapidly. That's fucked.
I love the ride, and I've debated saying anything to you, but I feel like I should. Last Thursday, I saw someone leaving Rose's room.
Leaving Rose's room. Yeah.
So good.
The alien one where he
Alien
says
one's
like I saw
good.
some lights in the sky as I was going home. What do you think? What do you suppose that was?
Yeah.
There's the one
That's a
where
good
he
one.
says he's going through a divorce and he's sorry he had to make you pay for lunch the other day, even though
Yeah.
you've never met this man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Ryan
forgot
even
about
makes a point to be like, I've never met you in person later on.
Yeah.
Where they're just like
Yeah.
kind of talking through like what's going on and stuff like that. So
I love this part because it's like for the
radar
reasons
becomes like. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, this is well, I mean that adds to what I was about to say is that I like this part so much because it's equal parts terrifying and also hilarious. The music is also
Yeah.
incredible in this part as well.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
the music's so
fuck, the
fucking
music
good.
is
The music in this game
impeccable.
continues to slap.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Harry Gregson
excellent.
Williams fucking doing his job.
goes so hard.
But I love that the radar at one point just becomes like a video of a sexy lady in a beach chair. I'm just like, what
Chilling.
the fuck is happening?
It's a Grever video. I think it might be the same one from the tanker presentation that you can put on the
just like a different part of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish they would have done a little bit more fuckery with like the item menu or something during part of this. I don't know. My taste levels for that knows no bounds. So if they wanted to just break the game over their knee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, dude, the fission mailed shit that happens is the best.
Oh, I love fission mailed.
I love I love dying. So you get the game over within the fission mailed screen. Russian nesting game overs.
So basically, you have to get through this section, and then you go up the stairs and through a door into this tunnel. And
should we talk about what you're going through though with the rays?
There's
like a fucking army.
Oh yeah, it's like a hangar
rays.
of Metal Gear rays that you're running through. It's just like fuck this. Sucks.
And the soldiers are like fucking super ninja Tengu warriors.
Yeah. So again, and I brought this up, I think, where Solidus is on that call with Olga the first time Raiden meets her on the plant on the big shell. And Solidus is like, "Are you sure it wasn't Arsenal Tengus?" And you're just like, "What the fuck? These are Arsenal Tengus."
Got them.
And they're fucking go to.
They look pretty sick.
Yeah, good design.
Yeah.
Also, again, like less impactful, I think, because of all of the context. But going from 1 to 2 and seeing a fucking army of Metal Gear rays.
Oh, true.
Oof.
Yeah,
I think it's the most Metal Gears we see in any of these games for the most part.
Yeah, I guess if you're being picky, but yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, you see like 25 of them in one spot.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a lot.
It's crazy.
Depending on the difficulty, you have to fight all 25.
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
So you go up the stairs in this hangar, the Jejunum, and then you move on to the ascending colon.
The ascending colon.
Is that what
yes.
the hallway is?
Yep.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you're in this hallway. There's doors on either side. Both of the doors are locked, and basically, all that you can do here is answer these fucking nonsense calls from the Colonel until eventually you get a call from Rose. And the call from Rose is like okay, we're moving into the next phase section. And so here Rose admits to Raiden that she was sent by the Patriots to keep tabs on Raiden, and that she wound up falling in love. But their entire relationship, she's been like reporting his activities and his behaviors back to the Patriots.
Even her hair color and her eyes aren't real. Even though I'm gonna call horse hockey because she looks like this in every appearance in the series, definitely. But maybe
spoilers. She does show up in 4 as like for a little section, just a little look ahead there. But like she looks exactly the same. But even if she didn't, and even if they like. This is like the Patriots are like this global cabal. They run the world, or at least America.
Who run the world? Girls.
Patriots, girls. You.
Oh no, the Patriots are all girls.
It's all women.
The future is female.
Let's go. The feminists are taking over. I'm an adult version.
No, there's too much. There's too much fucking sneaking around for this to be ladies. They would have just fucking come out with it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so true.
But again, this like probably global cabal at this point. You don't think that they could just find somebody that naturally has the hair and eyes that would appeal to Raiden and not make it all
doing the
fake?
change
Like,
is important.
Budgets are getting tight.
True.
So Raiden is reeling, and he goes, well, maybe it was all artificial on my end too. Maybe it was just a game. And it's like, damn, son. And then as after he says this, as the call is wrapping up, Rose is just like, Jack, I'm pregnant. But it's like there's this like again this like computer dying like
I'm expecting
yeah.
Or I'm carrying or whatever.
Yeah.
She was actually an open carry in a county.
and the call cuts off as she says this, and her like it's like that. Like again, I'm pretty sure it was Space Odyssey, where like how like where he's singing Daisy Bell. It's that moment where it's just like Daisy, where it's like kind of like, and that's happening to Rose. So the call ends. And then after this happens, I don't know if it's just because I happen to like be on the very tail end of like catching the cold or not. Snake shows up and you hear him behind you, like, it's amazing how you run around like that, which is very funny. And
no, I think he says that either way.
Okay. No. That's the part he says either way. Raiden turns around and he's like holding his junk and he goes, achoo, and he sneezes. And I don't know if that's something that happens every time.
He does it regardless.
Okay, cool. So he basically, instead of responding, he goes, "Where's my gear?" And Snake is like, "It's right over here."
Snake's like, "I don't know, show me."
Yeah. And so Raiden is like, "Why didn't you tell me about Olga?" And Snake, being the guy he is like, "You never asked. Not happy about it? Get over it." I fucking love this dude. And again, it's worth noting, Snake is like in his sneaking suit. He's got the bandana. He's like
yeah,
Snake.
We're back.
We got Snake back. Yeah.
Snake's looking like the platonic ideal of Snake, because is this even happening?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh shit.
I actually felt that this was really grounding, because it's like you finally get to interact with a real, tangible human being who isn't acting insane for like the first time in maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
Until he says what he's about to say in 60 seconds, and you're like,
Well, it talks about how there's 25 Metal Gears ahead, and like how they'll be able to take care of it because they have to.
No,
and
the
also,
way he points at his bandana and says infinite
ammo.
ammo.
That's coming up in a second. That's coming up in a second. That's after he after he gives you
for sure
a sword for some reason.
Yeah, all these things is just like I'm getting like uncanny valley. Like, wait a minute, is this a robot? Who am I? Who are you? What is this? Where am I?
Yeah. So, but Snake talks about how there's at least 25 Metal Gears ahead, and that they have to deal with them. Ryan's like, "Are you crazy? We can't do that." And Snake's like, "We have to. It's just a job." And then he gives Raiden Olga's sword, because Olga wanted him to have her sword for some reason, to protect her baby. You were busy creating NGOs. I was busy studying the blade. Type beat. And then you go through like a thing where like it teaches you how to use a sword, and it's actually like, for the time, it's like pretty competent controls. It's mostly just like contextual, like analog.
It just goes on for so long. I sat here fucking with the sword, and I'm like, come on.
It's like minutes go by.
Yeah. The first time around, I thought you had to fight Snake.
Going on. Oh shit! Ooh,
no,
I started stabbing him.
Shit. Did you get that you could? Did you get that you could like press the button to flip the edge of the blade so that it's lethal and non-lethal?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. If it's lethal normally, but if I think on, at least I was using the Xbox controller, so it would be square, I think, and on PlayStation, but X on Xbox. If you can flip it the other direction and the icon turns blue because you're using the blunt edge of the blade to attack. So you can use the sword non-lethally if you want to.
Oh, that's cool.
And there's functionally no difference in like it's what it does, but it doesn't kill people. But yeah, and we're just okay with Raiden having a sword. That's fine.
Did you guys do the rotated right stick that gets him to do the little swirl?
I did. It's very fun.
Spinning like slide. He does the link uppercut move. Yeah, links up B attack. Yeah,
and you can get Snake's dog tag here, right? If you do like a certain 3 combos or something like that. I've never tried it, but yeah, I think you can. And I think it changes based on difficulty. I think it might be Kojima's dog tag on extreme or something.
No shit. I know Matt is a fucking psychopath. Bath Matt got all the dog tags in every mode.
Whoa.
So
fuck that,
holy
dude.
shit.
Fuck
yeah, I never. Maybe as a child I once wanted to, but nah, not anymore. I'm good.
They're no longer my aspirations, brother. Sorry. Bath Matt can have it. But yeah, so right, Snake goes like, if you need ammo while we're doing this, you can have some of mine. I don't run out. Infinite ammo, and he like does a thumb towards his bandana,
Like,
indicating that he has the infinite bandana from the first game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun.
That means he saved them both because he had
Yeah.
the stealth camo at the beginning.
Oh shit!
Yep.
And the infinite ammo at the end. Meryl's somewhere out there.
Somewhere out there. I wonder if we'll figure out what happened to her. Who knows?
No.
Snake Tails.
Never. Snake Tails.
Snake Tails.
Matt Campbell. Shouts out Matt Campbell.
Snake Tails. Oh, woohoo.
This is what, and then Raiden starts like asking about like, how do you feel when you kill somebody? And it's like, how do we feel about murder and stuff? And Snake is very poignant here. He's just like, we don't carry guns to take people down or like kill some politicians. There's no right part in murder. And then he talks about how like, we're fighting for a future. Stop being part of a mistake starting now. You were part of you did all this stuff and you're part of this stuff. You can choose to stop being part of this mistake now. And then you need to find something to believe in and pass it on to the future, which then becomes like kind of the anthem of the rest of the game. Essentially, is like finding your own beliefs and passing on that belief to future generations and stuff.
Which mirrors what Great Fox was saying to Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah.
And it's also cool because it's like a almost like a mentor, surrogate father figure moment, which is interesting considering this is another clone of Big Boss, and his other surrogate father is also a clone of Big Boss.
A clone of Big Boss, yeah.
Well, and technically too, if we think of Campbell as being somewhat of a surrogate at the very beginning, at the very onset, it's just like all of his fucking paternal figures are just
daddy issues the game,
fucking with him the entire.
Well, we're speaking of, you get a call from Otacon at this point where he's just like, it's the damnedest thing. The signal that is calling you from Colonel is coming from inside the house.
Uh-oh.
The origin of the signal is inside of Arsenal gear. We've been taking orders from ChatGPT. It's an AI. Well, it literally kind of is though, because so a big recommendation for people, Eddie Burback. I love Eddie Burback.
Great video.
Oh yeah.
His most recent video was like an hour-long video where he basically used ChatGPT and basically turned it into a delusion machine that convinced him to eat baby food and like go off into the desert and run away from his friends and stuff. And he did an experiment about how dangerous ChatGPT can be. And Otacon explains that like it's not like it's GW, but it's not, and it's like it's taking Raiden's experiences and his expectations of what he thinks it should be and turning it into this like facsimile of like the colonel and like a commanding officer and stuff like that. So it really is behaving in the same way that ChatGPT does, where if you feed it enough bullshit, it'll give you what you want to know and what you want to hear from it, and it confirms your biases and stuff. It really does work very similarly to this like AI psychosis thing that we're dealing with right now.
And it's doing it via all the nanomachines too, because like he points out that like all this shit is just like he's wired up for it.
Yeah. So this freaks Raiden out, and he's like, "What's real? What's not real?" And Snake is just like, "You're right here, in front of me, flesh and blood. Let's do this.
Get it the fuck together, basically.
Get it the fuck together." I mean, the Patriots have his blood.
They do have his blood.
Do you have his blood? Rose has his cum.
Hell
that one guard has his piss. Like, what's this boy's all fluided out?
No fluids.
Dry it up.
No fluids. No fluids, only flesh. But it is. And it is.
Oh, that's the
no
new.
Fluids.
I need to make a shirt that just says no fluids. Only flesh.
We haven't considered a merch store yet in this iteration of Metal Gear Mondays, but if we do, you know what the first shirt's gonna be? No fluids, only flesh.
I can't wear that anywhere.
Classic Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, classic, huge classic Metal Gear Solid 2.
Classic Mark Frost.
As Snake is like telling him to just basically lock the fuck in, we have something to do here. You get another call from the Colonel where he's like, Rose has been taken, and Snake's like, it's a trap. Basically, it's like, don't be fucking. He says, don't be weird.
Yeah.
Snake tells Raiden, he says, don't be weird here. As he's having a fucking mental breakdown about what's real and what's not real and stuff like that. It's
Also, Snake clearly is hearing his call.
Yeah, he's listening.
which is just
100%.
like everything's going off the rails. They get into this big open room that very much signals encounter.
Well, before they get to the big circular room, you have to go through the fucking hell hallway.
Oh my god!
Right.
The hell hallway is when I stopped playing my hard mode game.
I can only imagine how hard that must be.
Yeah. You have to like walk down the thing and like fight them down the hallway. Yeah, that sucks. Brutal. It was even like pretty bad on normal. Like it's not.
It is.
Imagine on extreme.
Yeah, I was getting like 3-shotted. Like it was bananas.
This is where any pretense of a non-lethal run goes out the window for me. It's like, it's M4 time,
gone.
blasting. I'm
okay,
praying and
Ruth
spraying.
Bader Binsberg's back, baby. There is a strat. I couldn't pull it off, but apparently quite a lot of people do, where you can get straight to the door, and if you put your back up against it in a certain spot and kind of like crouch, and I think also you like jump through it or something, you can actually get through the door into that circular room before the sequence is over.
Speed run.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, but I've seen people online do it.
Yeah. So you get through the murder hallway. That sucks. Then you have all these conversations. You get into the big circular room, and I love and something that's worth considering here, which I think is very funny. The one shot, the Tengus all descend from the ceiling, and like you and Snake have to like back to back like take these guys out and like fight them in this room.
Dudes, room.
And before you get a little cutscene of Raiden and Snake like back to back big dudes rock moment, and you get this like close up like almost freeze frame of Raiden's face like aiming a gun. And I love that shot is the one shot of Raiden you get in that opening movie. Like right at the end of the opening.
Oh, good call. Wow.
You get one singular shot of Raiden, and it's this shot from the end of the game. And I think that's really interesting.
Hell yeah.
That is interesting.
And then you just
I equipped the fucking blade and I went off.
The blade is so good here.
The blade rules here. It's not super effective in the hell hallway, but
no, it's terrible in the hallway.
Here. It's you don't do it in the hallway, but here in the circular room where it's just open, you can run around and use it here because you can like block.
If you hold L1,
like,
you can also deflect bullets.
Yeah.
So sick.
And also, speaking of AI, Snake's AI in this game is actually fucking excellent, and you kind of don't have to do shit in this room. If you don't want to, you can just kind of run around. He might die in the hallway if you're not careful, but in here he's killing. He's just beating ass.
You can run back. You can run back through to the door that you came in from, and just literally hide in the fucking corner, and dudes will not come down to you because Snake is just fucking mowing them down.
That's awesome.
Love that. But like again, so you're running around here. This is where like as you're playing, the game continues to fuck with you, and you get the fish and mailed screen. And after all this time, it still fucking gets me where the screen flashes and you get the game over
again too.
Like, wait, what the fuck? And so you get instead of mission failed, it says fish and mailed, continent or emit. Okay. But like in the screen, the little square above, like where Raiden's like how he died usually shows up. You can the game is still going, so you can play in there, and it's like this really tiny. It's very very funny and very
huge
cool.
amount of fun on a 9-inch CRT.
Huge amount of fun.
I was playing on PlayStation.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like placebo, if like the FOV does get larger somehow, but I find that this part, like when Fish and Mailed is active, maybe I just go like fucking hyper instinct. But like
hyper instinct.
It gets way easier for me. Like when it's in the Fish and Mailed screen, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know why. I don't know if it's anybody else has had a similar experience, but that just
I get scared.
Activates me.
Yeah. Nope.
I think it's because you get scared, Chad. You go fight.
Just fucking But yeah, so once you get done killing all these fools, anybody have like any? Did everybody use the sword? Like, how did this go for
Sword,
everybody?
yeah.
I was using the sword.
Sword. I
And
think I switched to the
slap sword.
M4 at one point. The M4 is actually kind of quicker if you're running in a circle and just fucking mowing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Lock on works great here
but,
too.
The sword felt
Lock-on does work
cinematic
very
to
good.
me.
Yeah, sword's cool.
Yeah. Kill all the guys, and then here comes Fortune. She walks in, and she's finally face to face with Snake. And they're like, "Is like, what are you doing? You're just trying to like nuke the world and stuff." And she says the coldest thing, which is, "Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everybody I can."
Hey,
Crazy.
Whew!
fucking go.
Timothy McVeigh.
No. No kidding.
Stop. So
Yes.
No, that's the kind of politics I like. Just keep saying more of that on the podcast.
oh no, it's politics as long as they agree with them.
Well, yeah, like Timothy McVeigh.
Can we go one
Like Timothy
fucking
McVeigh.
episode without talking about
No,
politics?
we sure fucking can't, because it's ingrained in the fucking bullshit.
It's in
It's
the
like
game.
the corn in the shit of
Yeah.
this game.
Politics. It's in the game.
Yes.
that
That was fucking close.
Yes. So Snake's like, Raiden, go ahead, I'll handle this. And what the fuck is he gonna do? He's this guy, he's in this room in this fucking railgun. There is nowhere to hide.
She
nowhere to
does
run.
outright say why she's after him. She does
Yeah.
point blank say like, you killed my father, and
My name is Indian.
Prepare to
Prepare
die,
You
et
killed my
cetera, et cetera.
father, prepare to die, so on and so forth. Yeah.
But to give, we got to give Snake credit because he has the coldest fucking line here. Because Raiden is like, hey, this lady is invincible, man. Are you like fucking crazy? And he goes,
Yeah.
I'll think of something. There's no such thing as a witch.
Sure. Fucking got me there, brother.
Like the thing about Snake in this game is that they make him the coolest he's ever been, but we know the truth.
Well, yeah, it goes back to you're seeing through Raiden's eyes, you know?
True?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Raiden climbs up this
Raiden's
ladder. So Raiden climbs up this ladder, and then you're on this fucking expanse. Where the fuck are we? This is the rectum, by the way.
Hell
this
yeah.
platform is the rectum.
that ladder and this platform was it was the moment that launched 1,000 fucking ships into video essay land on YouTube.
Yep.
The lack, it's so crazy. Like, you can't
'Cause here's
just be like, it's a video game. This is like such a fucking detail oriented human being who is making this
Yeah.
video game. Like, there's a reason why there's no fucking transition here.
Mhm.
And it
Because
is absurd.
here's the thing about where we are here in the rectum of Arsenal Gear,
Mhm.
is that, and I'm going to jump ahead a little bit. We'll go back and talk about the details, but
Do you keep your rectum on the outside of your back?
I do.
Because
That's where mine is.
that's
Yeah.
where I keep
kind of what
mine.
this is.
Actually, with the estrogen, it
Sounds
shifts
like you're
up.
the only
I don't
one
know if
that knows.
that's yeah. So what winds up happening is that after all the events that we are about to go through, Arsenal crashes into Manhattan. You do not change locations. You're on top of this. You're in this section the entire time. So ostensibly, you have exited the rectum. You're on top of this fucking thing's butthole.
Yeah.
And you are off the fucking coast of Manhattan, New York. And
pitch black dark with no lights in the distance.
Yeah.
Somehow.
nothing.
Huh.
There's no indication that there's a city nearby or nothing. Nothing. And
Oh yeah.
so
Also,
then
the
where-
rays are just fucking as
You're
far as
just,
the
like,
eye can see.
standing
They're like
in the
the
distance.
They're like the enemies at the end of fucking Half-Life if you reject G-Man's
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
offer. Like,
Yeah, it's just like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't know what the fuck is happening here.
I
But we're
don't-
on this
yeah.
fucking
we're in a
like,
liminal space that doesn't exist in reality.
We're in the back
Yeah.
rooms.
We're in the back rooms.
Yeah, we are.
Um,
It's been 25 years, and I still don't know what to make of this moment in this game.
That's the one thing I have nothing for.
Yeah.
The floor is the
Lava,
photo
if you can even believe it.
photo mode VR floor from VR missions.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
Literally, 100%.
Yeah, so ostensibly it's like it's VR, right? You're in a VR simulation, but also it's just like, is it like you're in like there's like a VR dome around you, and then like as everything fails, like the wall collapses and you can finally see Manhattan or whatever. I don't know.
Like what are the X-Men?
I mean,
What's the X-Men thing called? What do they got? What's their
The Danger
thing?
Room.
Danger Room.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Really sorry. I just have to say this because this is like very specific. Marvel took on Fighting Souls, the Marvel 4v4 fighting game that Arc System Works is making. Looks really cool. At the PlayStation State of Play, they announced some extra characters, and so they announced some more X-Men. Here's Wolverine, got it. Here's Magic, she's getting more popular, got it. Then they introduce fucking Danger.
Oh.
And Danger, who the fuck is Danger? No, Danger is in the comics the personification, like the robot personification of the Danger Room.
Oh,
who is now a character in this fighting game. So when we were watching the State of Play, I was like, "Fucking Danger is this video game? That's weird. That's bizarre."
I still think that game is not going to do well if it doesn't have like more than 40 characters.
Oh, for sure.
Because when it's a 4v4,
that's true.
You're going to get tired of playing the same fucking squad.
Yeah. They've confirmed launch is only 20. Which is insane.
That's not great.
It's insane.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 had like fucking 60 at launch or something crazy.
Yeah. You need at least 30 for something like this, 4v4.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a 2v2 or like give it 32. Because the way that they're breaking it down, and I'm so sorry this is happening right now, but the way that they're breaking it down is that
fighting
like
games are sick, though.
Is that they have 5 teams of 4 basically. So it's like you've got the Avengers, you've got the X-Men, you've got these characters and what have you, and that's how they're kind of like framing it. So like so
I get to play 5 different variations. That's stupid. If I played 5 characters every time I booted up Street Fighter 6, I'd get so bored.
Well, it's like they're different. You can like mix and match them still.
No, sure. Like, but I mean, like,
it's just like here are 4 X-Men, here are 4 Avengers, here are 4 blah blah blah, and here are 4 and so it's just like just bump it up to 32 and increase the size of the teams, and then but it's just like,
I mean, it costs money, but yeah.
I know it costs money, but they're gonna. But basically, what's gonna happen is they're gonna release this game. It's gonna have 20 people. People are gonna be upset, and then they're gonna charge for more characters, and then it's just gonna be a fucking Anyway,
Whatever. This is the point. I have struggled with words this entire season, and I know a big part of the first 2 episodes was me trying to like struggle through how to describe this. Personally, I kind of feel like this is the moment where we are completely through the looking glass, and I think all of the metaphysical parts of this game just don't even fucking matter anymore.
Sure.
Like, this is the point at which, even as a kid, I remember just sort of being like, I think we're like outside of the code at this point.
Right.
Like, it feels like we are stepping off the stage.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, I still can't quite I can't wrap my arms around it, but it just, I don't know, the whole from here on out just feels so surreal and unrealistic, no matter what lens you're looking at it through, whether you're looking at it through the absurd sort of in-universe Kojima madness, or you're looking at it from like a realistic perspective looking in. It just feels as if it's all real, or it's all fake, or it doesn't even fucking matter. And like, I don't know, just this whole section becomes this very strange, ephemeral kind of, I don't know, like fog.
I felt
for me.
uneasy playing this part. Like I definitely like felt like in that mind state of like I'm in like a, I mean, yeah, kind of like the back rooms of just like this fucking quasi simulation that we found ourselves in.
Well, the way
which is
that it starts
to
out,
get from a 20-year-old game.
yeah,
Sure.
it's very cool. Well, the way that it starts out too, and it kind of adds to it, is that like you climb up, and the first thing that happens is that you can just run around this area freely, and
Right.
you can access your items and everything like that. You cannot pause the game during this part. You can access your items, like I said, but all you can do is run around and access your items. And Solidus is doing this voice of God voiceover in this area, which is another layer to it where it's like, what the fuck is happening here? Normally when you are playing this game, if you enter the item menu, like the shit around you pauses and like the dialogue and like everything stops. But here you cannot pause the game, and when you enter the item menu, Solidus is still talking. So the game is continuing despite you at this point. And so it starts adding this thing. He's like monologuing about the S3 plan, which is the solid snake simulation, and
Allegedly.
just like
or so we think.
just allegedly. This is what we're led to believe at this point in the fucking Terror Dome.
I love the Terror Dome.
Yeah, I had forgotten about the Terror Dome. And then like as he's having this conversation, he comes fucking skating in with his octopus suit and like scorching flames into the weird VR platform again.
Does he do that yet? I thought the rays just came after you.
No, he does that first. I'm pretty sure he does that here, and then the rays come after you. And then he talks about how the rays he has no more use for you, and now the rays are going to do their will, and take care of you. And so now you enter a battle with many Metal Gear rays, minimum 3 up to 25, depending on the difficulty.
I love this fight as a kid. Revisiting it now, it feels real clunky to get away from missiles during certain parts.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's hard to
they
find
load
that.
up they load up the screen so much where it's just like, okay, I'm dodging this stomp, and now here's some missiles, so I'll dodge those, and you think, okay, now it's time for me to get the stinger out and do this, but then here comes more missiles, and it's just like, it's a cluster. I can only imagine what it's like on higher difficulty.
Oh god,
It was almost
bad enough.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Fuck that.
I love the trophy for this. This is the one I was going to call out. It's no Ray Jose.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What
Stupid.
the fuck?
It's so fucking stupid. I love it.
Once you get into the rhythm of just pop him in the knee and then fucking pop him in the mouth,
Pop in the
though,
head, yeah.
you
I'm
just
always saying that.
real into it. Like it's so good.
Yeah. The other thing too that's interesting is that they usually have, when they have the boss names on the health bars, it's Ray and their designation is RO and then a number, whatever number they are, and E. Number 5 comes out. RO5E looks very suspiciously like Rose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Some bitch.
Whoa. Hey, that's Kojima's wife that you're talking about. Be careful.
I mean, given how he characterized her, I'm sure he agrees with me.
My wife is actually AI. Awkward.
Yeah.
I will say this: we're coming towards the end of the game. I still don't know if I agree with the Rose hate that comes from the Metal Gear community.
Oh, it's always going to be overblown. It's the same as Skylar hate from the Breaking Bad fans, right? Like they're going to fucking
community.
People fucking hate Rose.
Why?
I don't know. They just say she's annoying, like Navi or something.
No, she's fine.
Yeah.
Like she's
just like other girls. She's not. She's just like other
No,
girls.
I genuinely I did not find Rose annoying once. Yeah, she's there.
She's like, and if she ever is annoying, she's annoying in the same kind of way that Raiden is. Well, I mean, I guess they hate Raiden too. I was going to say, but
yeah,
they're made for each other.
Raiden was way more annoying to me than Rose was.
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. You also have to live with Raiden for a majority of the game, so it's a very different. thing.
Well, and then don't you
Two
feel
long chairs and an inflatable mattress?
Hey,
right?
listen, you're ashamed of your words and deeds when you find out that he's actually a child soldier that's been fucking huffing gunpowder since the age of 6. So
Huffing gunpowder's nuts. Yeah. Woo.
That's
So
some
you
Phil
finish
Cassidy shit.
Yeah. So you finish this battle, and then like as the Rays are kind of starting to kill you, like try and kill you some more. Olga shows up, and she's not even in her ninja suit. She's just Olga.
She's like fucking.
what are you doing, Olga?
Yeah. And Solid is trying to guilt her into like you betrayed your men and blah blah blah. Is like crazy. He's a fucking asshole. I hate that dude.
I mean, she did though. She did do that.
I mean, she did, but like also like, I get it. I get why.
Yeah.
Right. Because listen, and I
think she literally says that she's going to go to hell for doing what she did to her.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want you to like, Alessio, you're the only person in this call that can like I can ask this question to. If there was if somebody came in and kidnapped Edith, right?
Mm-hmm.
And said the only way that you can save your daughter is if you let Chad, Lily, and James perish.
Oh, you should have just left it at Chad.
Just me?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you probably would choose to save your daughter, and I don't know that you could be blamed for that.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, obviously,
I'll tell you what, in that situation, even though Alessio is choosing his daughter, I'm not going out.
I'm going down swinging.
And we will all go down together.
From a utility standpoint, when this conversation did come up, though, I was like, yeah, she really did just trade like 60 people's lives for a single child. Mm-hmm. Like, that is kind of fucked up.
Fucking trolley problem. It'll get you.
Trolley problem.
Yeah.
Like, I get that's her child, but these are like 40 or 50 grown children who all have families.
No, fuck their
grown children.
Grown children.
Yeah, they were once children.
I do want to ask that question where it's just
Lily's like I need you.
No,
to tell
I want
me.
you to consider it because.
I mean, I'm telling you right now, right here, that I am struggling with that because of the reality of your human beings with, like, there are more of you than there are of her. Like, whoa, that right there, like,
just make another one. Just pump another one out. Fuck it. Get that out of here.
Turn the podcast off. Don't listen.
It's just like, I don't know. Who is Olga to say one kid's life is worth 50 people's lives? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm coming at it from like a very
like a very utilitarian, like very like straight up.
The train.
Like, what
do you derail the
train? Yeah. I all I'm saying is that I understand Olga and why she did what she did, and her compulsion and the decision. I understand that, and I think that Solidus being like you're a monster is kind of crazy, especially given everything that Solidus has done. You know what I mean?
Well, especially given the fact that like they all kind of set her on this path.
Yeah.
He kind of sucks as a libertarian if you think about it. It's like, brother, you are actually really bad at your ideology.
Yeah, you're not great. Fucking George.
Fucking George.
It's always a George.
Soros.
George Soros, you
fucking bastard. So Olga like tries to hold Solidus off to give Ryan a chance to escape, and he doesn't like move or go anywhere. He just kind of stares all shocked at everything. Not that he necessarily I don't even know where he would go at this point, but like he does kind of, he doesn't even kind of try. Got another fucking child soldier in the HUD, so you know what I'm saying?
Gotta get him clean.
The fucking dome shot with the blood splatter.
God damn.
Brutal.
Oh my god.
Olga gets capped. She's gone. And they show like the fucking bullet
Oh, yeah.
entering and like the blood spray and like
It's
her
the
head
only
like
Yeah, it was
snapping
crazy.
it's the
back.
only like for real headshot in the whole game.
Yeah,
Like,
it took her
it's-
ass out.
It's
She does say before she goes though
brutal.
that she wants Raiden to live for
yeah.
her child.
Yeah,
Um,
because the explanation here is that she is doing this because if Raiden dies, the Patriots will kill her kid.
Yeah,
Like her whole purpose here is to make sure that Raiden stays alive and is successful. Otherwise, they will kill her kid.
and this whole scene is very
and-
reminiscent of Gray Fox being killed in Metal Gear
Yes,
Solid.
yes.
Oh,
Again,
yeah,
another
totally.
parallel. The ninja sacrifices himself for your survival.
But the difference being that like with Gray Fox, it's like there's a worthy sacrifice. Like his death and his sacrifice actually does like do something. Olga dying
Yeah,
here
like
is kind
weakens
of
Metal Gear.
it's kind of for nothing, really. Like nothing.
yeah.
Yeah,
This doesn't help.
which again,
anything.
I think builds into the themes of the game.
Right.
Again,
I
too, where it's
totally
just like.
agree.
Yeah, just like a
What is
just like
this
a
for?
like a soulless copy of what happened. in
Sure.
Complimentary, mind you. but,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what happened in the first game.
Soulless compliment.
Yeah, I feel like the question I kept asking myself during this whole game was just like, okay, to what end? Like for what,
Yeah.
y'all? Like,
So after this happens, the rays start flipping out. Their eyes go red. They're like shaking. The visual of them like shaking and like freaking out is like
scary.
Oh,
It's
I hate it.
unnerving.
It's very unnerving.
For some
And
reason, I remember
Ocelot's
them
like
spitting blood, but they didn't.
they do
originally.
like so. I
Oh,
noticed
really?
that. I noticed that in the
Oh.
middle of the battle. I was like,
right.
are they bleeding? Because if you hit them with, I thought it was just the splash damage from the rockets, like the splash explosion, but like I think they bleed because in the second one, Solidus is doing his fucking like
Oh, right,
acrobatic
right.
bullshit. They are bleeding,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
yeah.
which is also completely crazy. I don't think I
That's
remember
what they
that
did with
either.
Raiden's blood.
That's all it
Yeah, they put it in the rays. That makes
Just
sense.
trying to keep it cool.
It is very like Evangelion obviously was an inspiration here. I know we talked about it already with like the organic style of the ray, but like clearly they're taking a lot
Yeah.
from that anime.
This is so funny. I have a note here. So Solidus, so Ocelot's like they're freaking out. I don't know what's going on, and Solidus is like, Solidus asks what Ocelot is up to because he fucking knows Ocelot's a fucking shithead, right? So he's just like, all right, what are you up to? And then as the rays start to like go crazy, Solidus is like, he calls them stupid machines, and he like bulks up and he does this thing.
Right.
And he starts like flipping and slicing and stabbing and cutting and
Using that
killing.
fucking
and, like,
P90 like it's the
Yeah.
fucking railgun.
taking these rays down. And then I legitimately, and it's very funny that you said this, Alessio, my note that I have is, are the rays bleeding? And in all caps, it's Raiden's blood.
Holy shit.
So
That's
I had
incredible.
that thing.
That's awesome.
So after this whole action sequence where Solidus is like doing his badass shit, Fortune shows up with Snake in cuffs.
Ew,
and
that sick
here's-
fucking saxophone in the background.
Mhm, More
yes.
great music.
And here's the suspicious thing about this. Would she not have just killed him? Because that's her
Yes.
whole purpose, is trying to kill Snake. So why is she up here with him as a prisoner? Like, what is going on?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Again, more, I would love to have seen that conversation or seen that battle to figure out why the
Totally.
fuck this is happening.
Sweet talks his
I'm
way
trying to think back. Is
living.
it's in I thought it was implied that like she was in on it now. That maybe he
I
had
don't
like
think
like an Olga style
it
like
could've
explained it to
easily-
her again kind of thing.
Yeah, it could have also easily been like Ocelot being like, yo, if you want to, either Ocelot or Solidus being like, yo, if you want to take Arsenal and get the fuck out of here, you're going to have to give us.
Yeah, because
Right.
they do mention that Ocelot gave her the idea to
Yeah.
hijack Arsenal. Yeah.
Or if we want to think about it in less grounded terms, a game designer just decided to create the two of them coming up so that they could facilitate the rest of this plot happening.
Dude,
That's
the
not
thing that, like, fucks me up
imagination,
the most.
Alessio.
I think about that so often when I'm playing this game, though, knowing that we're going to talk about it, is like how much of this was like an intentional decision in the moment versus just like, we got to get somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Which is very, I don't know, it's very meta in itself, which is
You're in the
there's
zone.
layers.
Yeah.
The
Crazy.
autos.
The auto
So-
zone for
so
4
they're-
hours.
So they're having So they're having all these conversations. Ocelot just kind of shows up out of nowhere. Where the
Hell
fuck would he come
yes.
from?
Oh, he's been
my
to fuck
God.
shit up.
Oh man, so it's kind of like Turtles all the way down the betrayals, right? Because
Yep.
Fortune's like,
Yep.
I'm gonna hijack Arsenal, and Solidus is just like, I knew you were gonna hijack Arsenal because I told Ocelot to tell you to do it, you stupid bitch. And then Ocelot's like, I was never part of your team anyway. I'm
I
from
made
the
it the fuck
Patriots.
up.
It's just like.
Dude fucking love.
I made it the fuck up, yeah.
And then Solid and Liquid are just like, we're yelling.
Yeah. Well, God. So Ocelot's just like revealing all this shit, like even down to the fact that like Fat Man was there because like the Patriots put Fat Man there, and the Patriots put Stillman there to ensure that Fat Man would cooperate. And I think one of my favorite thing is that Ocelot calls Dead Cell the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound.
It's pretty great.
Amazing
It's a
line.
great line.
Yeah. You would know. He's seen a lot of them.
It's true.
And then that's really true.
Mm.
Then the crazy thing happens where Ocelot reveals it's just like, listen, everything, I killed your father. All of your misfortune was the will of the Patriots. You think you're invincible. It's just fucking electromagnets.
He killed her husband too. Her husband was in the fucking brig of the boat.
Yep.
That's
killed her
bananas.
husband, killed her father. Your immortality, your invulnerability is just a fucking Patriot developed electromagnet technology, and then he just fucking shoots her, and she just like she gets her bullet, and then she kind of collapses.
Well, and the best part of this, classic cunty Ocelot, he basically says to her as he's revealing this, "We didn't even have to string you along because you love the drama." She willingly just threw herself into this.
He basically called her a messy bitch that lives for drama.
Yes, and then shot her.
And as a messy bitch that lives for drama, he would know.
Yes, he loves the drama. Ocelot's a drama king.
He is such a he's always been that way. Fuck.
That's true.
God, in a different life, he would have been a drag queen. I swear to God.
Oh, for sure.
He kind of fills that. He fills some of that role whenever we continue on with the series and talk about his strangeness.
Well, even here, even in moments, this is gonna happen. So
I do have a super quick question about our past.
Yeah.
Did the Patriots orchestrated Snake to be pulled out of retirement to deal with Shadow Moses, didn't they? Is that the implication with all this shit? Because if George Sears was the one who staged Shadow Moses to get access to the Metal Gear information, and we know Ocelot's a little two-timing piece of shit, and so he's pretending to be Solidus's boy. Part of me wonders because Colonel Campbell was also retired. He literally says he also was pulled out of retirement. Foxhound had been disbanded. Snake had been retired. If you count Metal Gear 2, which takes place in 99, then he would have been retired for like 5 or 6 years at this point. And so, I don't know, it just feels like the Patriots have been manipulating Solid Snake's life for quite a long time.
I thought that the reason George Sears had to step down is they forced him to because he fucked up Shadow Moses and word got out. Like they found out about him doing Shadow Moses because he was trying to like wrestle control away from them. So I guess I don't know how it would be like. I guess there could be like the reveal that they were involved the whole fucking time, right? Because that would further instill.
My thought process would be. Yeah, well, my thought process was they found out that he was trying to do Shadow Moses
and sent Snake in,
and they planted Ocelot and then had Snake go in.
And fuck yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure in some weird fucking way the Patriots orchestrated both the good guys and the bad guys in that scenario.
They've made this podcast. They've done everything. It's all them. Patriots all the way down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Patriot.
Patriot. And I think my favorite thing here is that like now Ocelot gets in one of the rays, and then Solidus is really mad. He just kind of like grabs his tentacles and like titty tanks missiles out of his tentacles at Ray, and Ocelot of course has his own electromagnetic technology so they completely go around him. he gets in the ray and says, here's the entire payload. Fuck y'all.
It's just
to
like,
kill them.
he's like, I know I shot you in the heart already, but just to drive the point home, I'm going to get into this ray and fire the entire payload at you. Teehee.
Yeah. So he just launches a bunch of missiles, and Solid Snake, in his infinite wisdom, yells, "Get down!" as if that would do anything to save them. Fortune stands up. She's like confronting this, and then somehow all of the missiles deflect and miss them entirely.
Fortune is the Iron Dome of Israel in this moment.
Yeah.
Does that make Snake Israel?
Oh no!
Fuck. Snake has a line here where he goes, "She is Lady Luck," which is
hell yeah.
Kojima was asked about this in an interview, actually, and his response was, "There's no lore reason why she can do this. I just wanted an example of my beliefs that there are just some things that science and human knowledge can't explain." So he was just like, "There's no fucking reason. I just wanted it was cool."
Thanks, Kojima.
cool. They're just sick.
Also, does that mean Ocelot's little side pouch of invulnerability? Does that mean they like embedded one inside of Fortune? Because like she didn't have a little pack. So that's weird.
I guess if you think about like how unpredictable Ocelot is, like maybe it's a contingency. Maybe they did want somebody with that skill. But then like how would Ocelot have shot her if she has it in back? I don't think it's all if you think about it too. If you think about it, just
true.
Just don't think about it.
You can't mix and match your interpretations, because like earlier I'm like, the full facade has vanished. And now I'm just like, well, wait a minute.
Maybe it's just a little. There's a little facade. You can have a little facade as a treat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah. So Fortune finally gets her moment, and she says, "I can finally see my family," and she finally dies on the battlefield.
Eats shit. Am I right?
She eats shit.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queen. Is he? Oh, I thought he was gonna do it.
He's looking.
No. His face. He's waiting for me to start talking again, and he's gonna just click it and fucking send me into the shadow realm with it. Cool. That's crazy. And so as Liquid, and of course in the final hour, fucking Ocelot's hand goes crazy, and here comes Liquid Snakes. Here comes Cam Clark's campy ass. To kind of
Cam Clark lived in my right hand.
Oh my god.
Yeah, honestly. He makes Ray stand upright, which is crazy looking. Just like up on its hind legs. It's crazy looking. And he says this line, and I wrote it down specifically here because I want to read it verbatim. This line could only be delivered by Cam Clark, quite frankly. "I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken." Brother, what the fuck?
So fucking dumb.
What the fuck are you saying? What are you saying to me?
A little bit later, he goes, "That's why I chose Ocelot as my host." What are you?
Why?
What do you
that
mean?
doesn't explain shit. Explains nothing.
You're a hand. You didn't choose shit. You didn't do anything. You're dead. What are you talking about?
Do anything. You have died. You didn't choose shit.
You are a hand.
You didn't choose shit. You
cousin It from the fucking Addams Family. Shut your goddamn mouth.
You are a hand.
My hand!
I wonder if some like unfortunate schmuck has Ocelot's other hand. His missing hand, and they get possessed by Ocelot periodically. When Liquid possesses Ocelot, Ocelot possesses the person who has his hand.
They just start spouting off like super cunty lines out of nowhere, and they can't control it.
Oh, you think they have Ocelot's hand that fell off?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
whoever
got
like
it. For
some
reason in my head, I thought they
some random
grafted
person
Liquid's
needs a
other
hand
arm.
transplant, and so they get Ocelot's hand. And when
Oh,
Ocelot
man.
is shunted from his consciousness by Liquid, the other person awakens as Ocelot. I think that's the pipeline that
That's
I like.
phenomenal.
So fucking
I love
good.
that.
Yeah.
Where did they get this fucking dirty ass snow covered hand?
Yuck.
It's some fucking Inuit family found this found this hand
Yeah.
in Alaska.
Yeah. They also reveal here that Liquid was the one that gave Snake and Otacon the information about like that kicked off the entire thing that they were doing.
Come
which is
on.
How the
fucking
fuck? How?
crazy. Crazy.
Also,
So after
just has
this,
these fugue state moments where he
Yeah, he's
pens a
just-
letter to his favorite author and then tips off
Hey-
Snake and Otacon.
well, listen, okay. Since we covered it on the show, Death Stranding 2 spoilers. Dead Man, Heart Man.
True.
Right, sure. Yeah.
We have, this is the original version of that. Where Heartman just fugues out and Dead Man controls his body for a little while, and then
Could be that.
And then
'Cause-
Ocelot
'cause
wakes
again,
up with the fucking tenderloin.
yeah, because Dead Man was sent. The dead fucking
Ocelot becomes Guillermo del Toro.
He does
Oh my
become.
God.
Yeah, just like, why am I in Bed-Stuy? What's going on? So after this, now Arsenal Gear is now about to crash into Manhattan, and so now we're suddenly off the coast of New York. We were in the infinite void, man. How the
Yeah.
fuck did we get here?
I
This is,
love that Arsenal's
again,
just low enough to the ground to like get under the Verrazano.
under the bridge. Yeah,
Because I was like,
Focus
oh, it's gonna
vibes.
take out the bridge, and then it's like,
Nope.
nope.
No, bridge is good.
Nope.
And then we just fade to black. Fucking hate
Yeah,
this.
then we just fade to black, and we're just on the roof of the Federal
Well,
Building.
before that happens, Snake dives after Liquid, who takes off.
Yes,
that's true.
Which is it's kind of it's a fun counter to Snake's earlier spiel about like stay true to your belief system, and I'm like a stoic guy to look up to, but as soon as he's presented with Liquid, it just all goes out of his brain.
Everything.
And he's like a dog.
Yeah, completely.
I'm a dog chasing cars. Like it's this like primal fury in him.
Like that's the Snake we know.
You know the fucking vortex of water that was kicking up when the ray hit the fucking water.
Oh,
just
yeah.
sucked Snake down under there and fucking murdered him.
There's also a line here that I would could maybe serve as a companion piece to our cum clip, where Liquid goes, "Hey Snake, you coming?"
Come.
No.
Hell yeah. We're gonna keep layering this to where there's like 8 fucking voices.
Well, shit. We have a listener response too that will
That's
maybe
true,
even
yeah.
add another layer to it. So all this is happening in Fade to Black, and now you and Solidus only are on top of the Federal Building now.
Oh, and if you're
And-
like me and for shits and giggles, you thought it'd be funny to equip the BDU to see if it would change anything. You're now just dressed as one of Olga's fucking
Hell yeah.
henchmen.
I'm going to go in
If
my
you're wearing the
pants.
body armor, I'm good to go in my pants. If you're wearing your body armor too, like you probably should be through this section, then that also shows up. And if you
Yeah, you can finish the game with the BDUs on. By the way,
which is crazy.
That's sick.
Unreal.
So funny. That's so funny. And Solus is just like he's just yapping, man, like about his plans. He wants to be an Intron instead of an Intron. He wants to be an Exxon, and he says, "We will be the Sons of Liberty." And he says the thing in Poggers.
Yeah.
He says the name of the game, and also
boss, your
It's just like-
plan is all around you
Yeah.
in rubble,
Yeah.
my
Do you
man.
hear
Yeah.
yourself?
you have failed. Like
Eat a
it's just-
Snickers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Eat a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. So you have this conversation, and then you get a codec call from the AI that's been kind of guiding you this whole game.
Before we
And
get the
they-
codec
and it's-
call,
and it-
I just because
Yes.
the Solidus monologue is so good. I just wanted to read.
yeah,
off a
talk
little
talk
bit
talk
about it.
through the monologue. I did glance over it, but please.
He goes, "I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. A Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free, which is hard as fuck.
Yeah, that is pretty cold-blooded.
Well, it's also super reminiscent of Big Boss talking to Snake at the end of Metal Gear 2, where he says, essentially, look, the two of us are going to fight here and die here. However, the winner or the loser gets to escape the cycle and death.
Right.
While the winner has to continue to live their life as a warrior fighting for eternity. And so it's just like, yeah, I mean, quite literally what Solidus is saying is like, you have to break the cycle in this moment. But one thing I think is also very, very interesting is I don't think any of the other, whether it's Big Boss or any of his heirs, I think Solidus is the only one who actually has like a relationship with his kid, even though his kid in this case, he like killed their parents and adopted them forcibly. Yeah. But like Big Boss spends zero time.
I just want to throw out there too. You bring that up, like the fact the codec call we're going to talk about, and like all the motivations of the AI and stuff like that. You get out of that call, and just out of nowhere, Solidus is like, "I'm the one that killed your parents, Jack." It's like, brother, it's like, whoa.
Who's not ready to receive that information?
Well, it's because they're all sterile too. Like all the sons of Big Boss can't reproduce. So like, but yeah, he's the only one who kind of
edited out.
Yeah, he explicitly is the only clone of Big Boss who has like a relationship. Or I mean, Big Boss himself famously has no relationship with his sons.
And I think it's kind of fascinating how like Solidus does actually like some of his motivations are because he can't reproduce, so he wants to make Raiden his progeny in a way. Considering Snake's whole thing that we just talked about is about passing beliefs onto someone else, which is a very like father-like thing.
True.
And Solidus is like basically doing that in an octopus suit.
After murdering your parents.
After murdering your actual parents. Yeah. And that he also, I'm not sure this is before or after the codec call, but we also get the payoff for Raiden constantly asking about his blood. Because Solidus thinks that he can use the nanomachines in Raiden's blood to access to dox the Patriots, basically.
Right.
And Raiden doesn't say this, but he's like, but I don't have my blood.
They're going to steal my blood.
I'm going to blood in my veins.
I'm going to blood in my veins.
Oh shit! That means that Solidus killed in Ivana in a Raidonovich or whatever the fuck, a Rykov. Solidus killed a Rykov.
I bet you know what? I bet you that Solidus rocked his cock.
He rocked his cock. What are these fucking? Why are the Rykovs in Africa? What is going on? With this family?
Oh my god!
Man, they
the whitest fucking family
the white
of all time.
The white
in
devils,
Kojima's
the
version of
Rykos.
Africa, it's exclusively white.
Oh no!
Kojima, huge apartheid guy.
No.
Play it.
No, king.
Yes, king.
That's right. There it is.
But yes, so after you sort of talk to Solidus and he has his monologue and he talks about the Sons of Liberty and all this stuff, you get a call from the AI and it's flipping between the Colonel and Rose AI is kind of explaining everything to you. And I legit, chat, I'm sure if somebody could do this for me, because my brain, I didn't take very good notes on this, and it is like a lot. So if somebody has better notes about this than me, it'd be great if you could kind of take it over.
Yeah, you get
the first
sorry, go ahead.
Go through the names. They go through all of the naming convention stuff. I feel like in that initial call, right? They start digging through like where Raiden got his code name and all this other shit, and start comparing how all of it is weapon related, and you're actually just a weapon like anything else. So like, shut the fuck up and do your job, essentially.
Yeah.
That was like I think that was the initial one that sort of sets off this chain of like shocking calls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in this codec call, like the human skin the human sheen has been like metaphorically torn off, and I guess literally in Campbell's torn off. I'm torn right
My
now.
son torn.
Why you say my son torn?
My son torn.
This is my son. These are my boys.
Torn for my
This
boys.
is my son. Torn
Fucking
for my boys.
Um,
Cubes for my torn.
This came at such a good time. We're like, time to dig into the meat.
it's like the most
By the way,
neediest
have you
part
heard
of the game.
my son torn?
By the way, have you heard about my son torn?
Where's my son?
He's also known as the White Devil. You could know him as that name instead of the White Devil Torrent.
They're keeping Torrent with Ryan's blood. They're hiding it.
That's Olga's child.
oh my god.
Torrent Gerlukovich.
Snake does call Snake does call him a he multiple times, so it's got to be Torrent.
Oh, that's Torrent G.
His catchphrase is "I'm all torn up."
His catchphrase. He's like 2 years old.
You gotta start that brand early.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Put down the controller, Jack. You've been torn.
Oh my god.
Jack the Torrent.
And that one, courtesy of Torrent Gerlukovich. You tell him Torrent Gerlukovich sent me.
Oh shit! Hold up. I do need to make an announcement. Liquid Metal Mike drew us a picture of Goldman or whatever, the guy who carved out the inside of a tuna and ate all the peanut butter sandwiches to get to Shadow Moses. So I've got a feeling Mike's about to pen us another masterpiece.
Oh, I
with
can't
Torrent.
wait to see Torrent Gerlukovich.
I need to know about Torrent Gerlukovich. Give me a printout of Torrent Gerlukovich smiling.
Smiling.
Nude Torrent.
Oh Jesus. I'm okay. Oh, my throat.
Okay.
Oh,
sorry, Chad.
No, that's I mean I said Torrent. That's all on me.
that was amazing. Amazing how all of that stemmed from Chad saying "turn" a little wrong.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, the skin has been removed. I'm not gonna even try to say the word in case Torrent comes out instead. Literally
Yes,
in Campbell's case, because it's just like the skull instead of the normal Campbell face. But it was nice to finally know where so many weird Groiper guys on Twitter got their avatars from. It was nice to have context for this finally. A lot of them doing that.
Real.
And they basically doubled down to Raiden that everything, like every dislike, has been chosen for him, and that he has no identity or originality. And it's like, go fight for us, you dog. Finish the mission, kill Solidus. And
I like that they pointed out too that like every single step of the way he has not thought for himself.
Yeah.
He has gone to other people, and that even when things go wrong, he's like quick to blame somebody else. Or he's quick to ask for help. It's like never the onus of responsibility never falls on him.
Right, that's true. And I think it's also here where they reveal what S3 actually is, correct?
Yeah, it's like the
possibly.
selection for societal sanity.
Nailed
or
it.
something like that.
You
Is
nailed
what
it.
was.
So basically,
Yeah.
what they explained to put this
also an alleged. This is an alleged.
Yeah, another alleged.
to put it succinctly, they say that this S3 program was for collecting data to feed into the GW AI in order to determine how best to shape people's minds, control information, and influence society's reactions and behavior writ large. I think that's basically like to really sum up the Codex Call pretty quickly.
Yeah.
There's
How
a
fucking
moment
crazy.
insane.
Yeah.
There is a moment that is like chill. Sorry, I had a hair on my tongue. That's the thing about like having like really long hair that is just gets in your mouth and just kind of gets everywhere.
Gets torn.
Anyway, it's torn. Anyway, so there's a line in here where the Rose part of the AI like goes, perhaps you would have liked a fantasy game, and then the Colonel, the laugh that he does like a little like chuckle after she says that before he says his next thing, and it is chilling. I just wanted to like bring that specific attention. Also, kind of want a fantasy game. Kind of want a Kojima fantasy game.
That'd be fun.
I
Like
think
the metaphor Refantasio of Kojima.
Yeah, I'd play it. And the end of the call, and Solidus reaffirms this afterwards, but the end of the call, the Colonel says something like, our monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Oh yeah,
because they're like still pushing that like they need to fight each other,
Right.
and Raiden needs to like finish the mission. And
So
he says, our monsters, enjoy yourselves, hang up the call. And then Solidus again comes up, and this is where he goes like, I'm the one who killed your parents, and I did it so I could take you and raise you and do all the stuff. And we're both monsters. And this is when he talks about the cycle and everything like
Right.
that. And then you have to fight Solidus, and all you have available to you is your items and the sword. So it is a sword duel on this rooftop.
Man on man, we're fighting for honor, just
Kojima
like the end of
fucking
every
loves
Torn on
this
torn.
I'm on a wide open space
Yeah.
boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how
it's pretty cool.
In Metal Gear 2, Gray Fox and Snake fight in the middle of a fucking minefield.
Yeah.
And they're like, no items. This is for the fucking love of the game. And he's like, we do this with honor.
We love to fight.
Yeah, we do this with honor, and we love to fight. Immediate next fight with Big Boss, he sets him on fire with a can of fucking hairspray and a lighter.
That shit I just did sucked.
Like,
I'm never
what?
doing that shit again.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck
Bullshit.
you and fuck
Kiss my
them.
ass. Gray Fox is like, death before dishonor. And Big Boss is like, fuck you.
Fucking fuck.
You kind of forget that this fight is is less about just going ham, more about being patient and picking your moments. It took me a second to get back into the groove of it. Once you kind of figure out like it almost kind of feels weirdly like a Souls boss in that way, where it's just about like predicting the openings and predicting his moves and figuring out what he's going to do and dodging around his projectiles and finding your moments to go in.
Sure, yeah.
Positioning means a lot in this, because I thought you could brute force guard break, but like he just indefinitely blocks unless you manage to get around.
Yeah. Something I also never considered that I did this time around too is that you can still melee attack while you're holding the sword. So you can catch him off. If you can catch him off guard with like a kick or something, like a well placed kick, he'll stagger and it'll give you some extra.
Oh hell yeah!
Some extra openings.
Awesome.
I yeah. So how did this go for y'all?
This is fun. It's not too. It's not too bad.
Yeah. It was not too complicated. It felt like I was actually relieved that it wasn't complicated, because I felt like everything I had just been told was so complicated that I was like, I can't fucking parse out a boss fight right now.
Yeah.
I'm really
So thankfully it's simple.
Yeah. Also had barely any fucking health left at the top of this fight because of that fucking sequence we didn't talk
because
about.
That's something we didn't talk about, is like one of the things that happens on top of Arsenal is that you get tortured again, except it is fucking rough. And if you like, the more health you lose, like the health that you have at the end of that torture sequence is what you have to fight Solidus.
Yeah.
So it's like, you better be good at this, and it's brutal.
Yeah. And I think there's only 2 rations on the roof, and they're on like very far sides. And really close to the edge, both of them.
Yeah. I did die once. I did fall off the edge and grabbed on, and then for some reason, like I pressed the wrong button instead of the action button, and I just let go and died. And you have to, and I was in the second phase. You have to start that all the fucking over again.
That's tough.
Yeah, sucks.
I'm trying to remember because there are some codec calls during the fight that are optional, and I'm trying to remember exactly what they. I didn't write this part down because I was rushing.
Rushing or dragging?
Not my tempo.
Not my tempo.
Yeah, not Russian, but definitely Finnish. To pull a quote from last episode.
Yeah, so you get this really cool scene after you finish the fight, Master Chief.
Bringing it back to Halo real quick.
Where Raiden like dodges an attack and then just does like a cool like final slash type move, and then you get Solidus and he like
the blood spray felt like a glitch for a second. Like there's so much blood.
There's a lot of blood.
I was like, that's where it was.
Went. It's Solidus has it. It's in Solidus. He falls and like he like turns and faces right and then falls off the building. And then this is where that iconic thing, he falls down in front of the statue in front of the federal building, and like that scene of him like reaching up the back of the statue as he dies happens there. And then just out of nowhere,
April 30th, which is the day that Rose was even talking about.
Yes,
George Washington became the president of the United States 200 years prior to the fight that they're having.
There's obviously there's a lot of George Washington symbology going on with Solidus, which I think is really funny.
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
I didn't need all the George Washington shit.
I think it's really funny for Kojima to do that because it's like you're modeling an insane libertarian villain on George Washington, and I think that's fucking hilarious. I also like that we got our own real life Solidus in Alex Jones as well. That's pretty chill.
Ooh, that's so true.
Have you guys ever thought of the fact that so many foreign countries can make films and video games about what's happening in the United States government wise, but that none of us know a fucking thing about Japan's politics at all?
Hey,
gun to my head, couldn't. No,
yeah,
sure.
No.
But I'm just like,
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. How about, I don't know. It's interesting to see like the whole world be able to critique the United States' policies. And yet like, you know what I mean? Like
you don't ever see Western media critiquing Japan's policies.
Or any other fucking country for that matter. Like I feel like none of the kids in school here know anything about any other country's fucking.
That's so true.
It is totally true. It's not like it's legit like the education system, because Danielle and I talk about, my wife is American for those who don't know. My wife. And we'll often talk about
how, American, boo, traitor, boo,
American woman.
And we'll talk about how like we're taught stuff about America in school, and she was like, they didn't fucking, half the time she's like, they didn't tell us that. And I'm from America.
100%.
Yeah, they barely told us where other countries were.
Right.
That is such a fucking phenomenon that I will never understand, is how America has like main character energy and has for like centuries. Like what the fuck? Like
it's
and we've been able to do that because of we spend so much goddamn money on our military that like anybody who says we can't be the main character gets blown up, and it's like
they'll do it.
You know, that's basically the reason for it all.
Guys, politics. I can't even say it with a straight face.
Sorry.
Speaking of politics, for a second, let's just imagine for a second.
All right, I'm gonna close my eyes.
Picture this, okay? Imagine there was a president. There's a president, right?
Torn.
President Torn.
Ex-president, I guess. President who stepped down. He looks just like Osama bin Laden.
Oh yeah. His name Barack.
He has a sword fight with a twink on top of Federal Hall and falls to his death while people are like walking on their way to work.
Okay. No.
Just another New York day. Alessio knows.
Yeah.
In New York.
So that's the thing. So basically, after you get the scene of like Solidus reaching up and like he dies behind the statue, and then all of a sudden you cut to Raiden just like on the street.
Yeah, how do you get down there?
There's nothing happening, and then suddenly people start walking.
Yeah,
they just kind of materialize out of nowhere. And to the scene's credit, they do have like paramedics and like police and stuff attending to Solidus's body, and there in certain scenes there is kind of a crowd around Solidus and like what's going on there, a giant fucking robot just crashed into Manhattan.
That's true.
And a man has fallen from the roof of the federal building to
An
his
ex-president
death.
who looks like a famous terrorist, by the way.
Ex-president that looks like a famous terrorist, and you're telling me that everybody except for 5 fucking people watching the police do their thing are just going about their business.
In a New York minute.
This is fucking in a new Don fucking Henley.
Kojima's,
God love ya. What the fuck?
Kojima's not that stupid. That's why I think there's more to this.
Sure.
Like,
No, there's 100% more to it. It's just I'm calling it out for how fucking weird it is, and it's definitely on purpose. It's just like, what the fuck is happening?
I want to call out an even weirder thing. People don't walk around in the financial district, especially this strip right here that's between Federal Hall and the fucking New York Stock Exchange. Like, the only people that are down here are tourists, because no one works in this section of the district. And so it's like, every time I've gone down here, unless it's like a Friday or a Saturday and you've got a bunch of tourists that are like 2 blocks down taking pictures in front of that big fucking golden bull and like the little girl,
balls.
Yeah, and the little girl with her arms on her hip staring at the New York Stock Exchange. Other than those people and the fact that the World Trade Center is like fucking within eyesight of Federal Hall, it is a desert down here constantly. Like, it is dead
because
quiet.
again, like even like when we went, when me and Isaac visited, again, I can confirm that there was no, like, this stretch in front of it, like, nobody. It was empty. It's
so
bizarre that they're
going to work.
Yeah,
like where the fuck
milling
are they?
about.
Yeah,
That part I could chalk up to Kojima just not knowing.
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
that for sure. I just think like the glitch of like the people just appearing and just like doing their business after
like
legitimately. Like and I promise, like we do reference this as kind of like a moment, but like this is like the equivalent of 9/11 happening and nobody giving a fuck and just going to the bodega to do their fucking get their sandwich. You know what I mean? Like it's insane that this is just the way that he chose to do this. And
well, also Federal Hall is got to be at least like 5 or 6 blocks away from the water. So this fucking boat
this
has
crashed
dug
through
like multiple blocks of Manhattan.
Yeah.
Also, the fucking Harlem, like the fucking Harlem River Drive, this huge fucking like 6-lane highway that wraps around Manhattan, is on that water's edge.
Oh shit!
So you also just completely crushed one of the busiest fucking roads in Manhattan to get here. So it's just, it's very
weird.
Bad day for New York.
I know we're underlining it a million times, but I just want to stress how fucking bizarre this is.
Bad day for New York. James goes,
yeah,
probably.
And that day, September
he's not
10th.
wrong.
They're like, whoa, wow, what else could possibly happen? It can't get any worse than that. And then,
well, technically, the Twin Towers are already gone at this point, because this is what, 2007?
Oh, it's 2009. Yeah, you're right.
So maybe everybody's just used to it at this
They're
point.
just like,
They're it's another one. Another one.
New York minute. Ooh. So as like Ryden's looking around, Snake shows up again out of nowhere. He dove in after Liquid. Like, where the fuck did Snake come from?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so that's really fucking, that's really fucking weird.
Yeah, this is like Vanilla Sky Total Recall shit that we're in right now.
Yeah. So this is where you get the scene where you look at the dog tags for the first time and it has your information that you put in at the beginning of the game. You have a couple of moments also during the scene.
Ryan says he does
like
not recognize the name.
Yeah. Where you can like zoom in the camera. There's a couple moments where you can zoom in the camera and look around. Did anybody catch Vamp chilling in the street?
This time I knew to do it. Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah.
Also, if you
there's
free cam, he has no model. It's just like a fucking cardboard cutout.
That's fucking awesome. Hell yeah.
I love that.
Fuck yeah. The trophy, the achievement for catching Vamp in the street is called Vamp Vampire.
Fuck off.
Vampeyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to know
that's
how
very
Agnes
cool.
feels about these trophy names.
What if she wrote them?
Oh shit.
But yeah, so Snake is asking like what he's gonna do next and all this other stuff, and then asks about the dog tags. Says like anybody you know. Ryan's like I've never seen it before in my life, and he kind of like chucks the dog tags.
And I'm like, hey,
and then
that's mine. Give that back.
Yeah,
Right.
I need that. Hey,
Which
you
is
guys are my collection.
the scene takes on a very humorous tone if you put something stupid on the dog tag, because Ryan's looking at something that
Yes.
says Kojima Cockwriter and goes, I don't know what this is, and throws it away.
Mhm.
I've never seen this in my life.
Yeah.
It definitely is. Like
Yeah.
somebody comes out of nowhere and they're like, we've got a book on dumb fucking names on dog tags written by Raiden. Anybody? There's a check for a dumb fucking dog tag signed by Raiden Kojima Cockwriter.
So Snake talks about what he's gonna do next, and he's gonna kind of continue his mission and stuff. And Ryan's like, I'll go with you. I'm ready. Let's do it. And Snake's like, you've got some business to take care of first. And then he kind of disappears, and then suddenly Rose is there, just in the middle of the street. Where
Yeah,
the fuck
he's
did
like,
Rose come
business.
from?
See,
I don't
he's
know.
like-
Fucking
You got business.
This is what I meant earlier. I don't know. Rose is such a fucking like I can't wrap my head around if it's ever really her or what the fuck is going on.
yeah.
Campbell, I got it.
Yeah.
Rose, I don't understand. I thought for a long time that it was always AI, but then maybe it's not. I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Well, she touches her belly in this shot.
But like I don't. If Campbell's AI and Rose is
You're really,
interacting with
really-
Campbell the whole time, how the fuck can Rose ever
Yeah.
be real Rose? She's talking to Campbell from the jump.
Yeah.
And he's not
I think
real.
she was. I think she was real, and they swapped her out at a certain point.
But if the AI Campbell is based on like Raiden's frontal lobe hallucinations, what the fuck is she even
That's
seeing?
true. That's true. I'm also unfortunately
I mean-
poisoned by knowing what comes next.
Oh fuck.
So-
Okay. Ooh.
I think I think that the way that I see it too is that like he delusioned this AI into reality, but
or the scenario, rather.
he mind freaked.
the scenario, but like GW manifests it as a real thing. Because again, the pictures are for us. The pictures are not diegetic, so the pictures are for us. So all you're hearing is voice
Oh, true. Right.
in the codec. So like he manifested
true.
so he manifested this, and then GW is projecting the voice out to whoever can hear it, whoever happens to be patched into the frequency. I think is the explanation. I would give that, honestly. So I do think that Rose was real up to a point. It's just a matter of figuring out where.
Oh, I see what you're
delineation
saying.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for articulating that much better than I was last hour. It is very difficult though, and it's part of the reason why again I'm really angry that Metal Gear Solid 4 sort of sticks a sword in the fucking ground and says it's all real, baby. Like everything is fact. Because to me, Metal Gear Solid 2 feels a lot like Darren Aronofsky's Mother, in which like sure there are narrative events that we can point to, or even The Fountain, right, or whatever. Any film that's more emotionally substantial as opposed to narratively substantial. But I do feel like Metal Gear Solid 2 is mostly allegorical. Right. It's like the super text is what is the most valuable of this endeavor. And so it's just, I don't know, to me it's just so difficult because like on the one hand I do give a shit about the details because they come into play. On the other hand, I almost feel like the details don't matter at all. On the other hand, it's like none of it's fucking real, like literally by definition. And so I don't know, it's just such a difficult game to talk about, I guess, because I feel like when you talk about it, everybody has to be, I don't know. There's just like a level of interpretive cooperation
Yeah.
that has to happen when discussing this game that I think makes most discussion feel asymmetrical.
Right.
Oh, sure.
Right.
Yeah, I can definitely see that because it does require you have to agree to so much in order for any of it to like align. And if you can't agree to each piece, it kind of starts to fall apart.
Right.
And I think that's why it's such a divisive game,
Yeah.
like for the series,
Yeah.
even. But I don't know.
I loved it.
Yeah,
This
I'm
was
curious.
a cool fucking game.
Yeah, I was gonna say James and Chad, like based on the merits of I guess what we've discussed, but even to me, most importantly, you guys sitting there by yourself, taking it in,
Mm-hmm.
away from all of us and away from potential to kind of push you in any given direction. I am curious as to like what your kind of takeaway was as the credits were rolling.
I felt like as the credits were rolling, I was like, huh. I found myself thinking that I kind of had this feeling of like, oh shit, did like any of the last like 6 or 7 hours that I spent doing this like matter at all? Like, was any of it like anything? Then I was also like, well, on the flip side, isn't that true of many things? And did I not get a very interesting journey out of it that made me think a lot actively about our current situation in the world?
Right.
Which I think if a piece of art, I don't know, like you see that all the times, you know, even like looking at like old paintings from, you know, thousands of years ago where you feel an emotion relative to the context that you're living in. I think it's cool that you can experience that with a video game, especially a video game that was made in a time where like you still had a lot of like, what the fuck are games going around, you know?
True.
Yeah, real quick before I get deeper into my thoughts on the game, I do want to shout out there's a Marxist philosopher called Louis Althusser. I don't really know how you would pronounce his last name. And he wrote a lot about state apparatuses doing ideological manipulation and the shaping of belief systems. And that is, his writing is straight up what Kojima lifts for Metal Gear Solid 2. So if you're a fucking real nerd and you're into any of that, that's definitely something I would recommend to you. But aside from that, so it's the often cited prophetic thing that everyone talks about this game is how much AI is involved and how much information warfare is a part of the plot, which they also nail, to be clear. Like Peter Thiel and Palantir, those are fucking huge parts of our lives now that are eerily similar to this. LLMs, same thing.
Yep.
But I think what a lot of people don't talk about as much is Kojima's prediction that the dominant like Western force or apparatus or whatever would eventually become fully automatic. And I continually have to remind myself that he wrote this before 9/11. Bush had only been in office for, I think, 8 months when this came out. And so a great deal of the game was written before George Bush was even in office. So the fact that he was dialed in enough to call out that whether it's the US administration or like NATO or whatever, that no matter who is in the chair, things will always progress a certain way because like an automated system, like an AI, it needs to self-perpetuate. And so that's like, this is a big part of why I always say that Kojima, I don't think he's a great writer because like scene to scene, it can get a little messy, but I think he's an incredible ideas guy. And I think this game is brilliant, not only because it is prescient, but because it accurately pegged the world and these apparatuses for what they were in a way that no one was doing, not just in games, but like nobody was saying this shit in 2001, period. Like in any media, it was not being, this is not something you would find in any fictional, even nonfiction a lot of the times. No one was going this in depth.
Totally.
So I also love that in the first game, we have these nihilists, like these lost souls, like Snake and Otacon, who in the course of their struggle against these systems, they find their own beliefs. But then this game is the realization of those guys that they aren't going to be successful, that they are not going to be the ones to pull this down, and that the hope rests with this I guess you could consider like the
new generation.
the next generation, yeah, whose whole lives
Yeah.
have been digitized and all they know are screens and
Oh,
annoying.
no, is this a prosumer game?
I think it is a prosumer game because as annoying as Raiden is, the hope has now been pinned on him, and I have to
Huge Zoomer guy.
huge Zoomer guy.
Right.
Oh, man. So the hope's been pinned on them. So you're telling me I'm off the hook?
Well, so
Hell yeah.
Well, so that's kind of the interesting thing about playing this in your mid-30s is that I have to wonder how much of this was literally Kojima accepting that his generation, that like the Gen Xers, hadn't succeeded, and that at the time it was up to the millennials. But now the dramatic, like tragic irony is us playing this in our mid-30s, probably about the same age or younger as Kojima was writing this, is that we're coming to grips with the same things that we also didn't do it, and now it's these other guys coming after us that have to like wrench control free of these ideologues. And this next generation are even more digitized and even more screen obsessed than we were. So yeah, I know. I think it's fun to freak out about him predicting the future, but I think at its core, it's a far more personal and like extremely intelligent game than even that. And that's a big part of why I love it so much.
I really appreciate you saying all that because I think for me, it's so easy from a literary standpoint to look at the makings of this being a military sort of theme as being purely set dressing.
Yeah.
But to then hear you say like, no, that's also a part of like the message is that sort of part of the delivery mechanism. And I mean, 100%, like literally what you were talking about self-automating sort of Western culture, self-automating sort of war culture is quite literally the main thesis of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh,
like,
nice. Okay.
Like the opening moment is like war has changed and war is just a fucking self-perpetuating infinite machine. Cool. And so, yeah, so that part of it, I think you'll really enjoy. But yeah, fuck. Lily, what you thinking revisiting this motherfucker like 10 years later?
Fuck. I mean, I think the thing that gets me about this game now 10 years later from when we did it, but also like 25 years later from when I first played it and everything like that is like how completely off the rails it felt in its messaging at the time. And now playing it now that I'm 34 and I'm living in the year 2026 and how relevant literally every single aspect of it is still.
Yeah.
It just feels crazy. It's really interesting. I think I've had this debate again. We talked about this. I've had this debate with myself about like, oh, on a good day, on a whatever, depending on the day, like you've asked me what my favorite Metal Gear is, and it's either Metal Gear Solid 2 or 3, and it shifts and it changes. And also 1 is my favorite because it was my first one, and I have so many good. 2, I think I'm comfortable saying now, as an adult and living through it again and doing it, 2 is my favorite Metal Gear. I think without a bit of a doubt there. I think it's just I don't know. I think they all say a lot of stuff about the world that we live in, but I think this one was so prophetic in a way that I don't think the other ones necessarily reach. I don't know. It's just a stunning game. It's a really stellar game, and it has its quirks. They all do, but like it's a really fantastic game.
And not to kiss and hug everyone too much, but I think going on this journey with all of you and like analyzing it for the past month and a half has deeply increased my enjoyment of this game and my appreciation for it.
Yeah. I agree. I totally agree with that sentiment. I feel like it's been a blast to be able to play it with people and talk about it.
Yeah.
I sure
and again
talk to about this except for like one friend at the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, at the time I had nobody at the time to talk to about this, so it's I'm honestly really glad that you guys are able to play this game and then have this experience discussing it, because I think it definitely does add to it for sure.
Yeah.
Again, half the reason the main reason why this podcast
just as a
exists
game,
is because
very fun game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. And I think, and that's the thing, like the reason, like the main reason why this podcast even exists in the first place is because me and Alessio were trying to like catch up on all the times that we didn't have anybody to talk to about Metal Gear and like how we felt about it.
Yeah.
So it's like
yeah, it's kind of beautiful.
being able to do that and having the platform is like really, really cool. And it definitely, like I said, adds a lot to the experience.
This might be a good way to segue into the sort of listener side, but I was going to say for anybody who's listening to this, I'm not transitioning just yet. I'm just saying in general, this might be a good way to prime it. Yeah, not yet. Give me time. I will say, considering that this might be the most in depth, legitimately, that we've covered something on this show, just in terms of like depth, I think. Because even with Death Stranding and stuff, it's like Death Stranding 2 is so new that we don't have like a ton of detail to pull. But I would say this is probably the most in the fucking mix we've gotten. I would love to hear from other people like what their thoughts are on the not just the game but the coverage, and whether they think we did the discussion justice, or if they have additional things to add to the discussion that maybe we missed. I think more than any other season, I mean, Delta's great, but I've heard a lot about MGS3. So it's like, if anybody's got MGS2 shit to write in about, like, I will eat that up for ever and ever and ever.
For sure. We have one more thing that happens.
Oh shit! Contact at MetalGearMondays.com. That's where you should send that.
Yes.
Contact at MetalGearMondays.com.
We should probably start saying that at the top of the episodes as well.
Yeah.
So again, after this scene with Raiden and Rose, which we didn't mention, Raiden finally remembers what the 30th is to them.
Fucking God, brother, come on.
The day they first met. Fucking
he's like me with my daughter's birthday.
Jesus. You get Snake monologuing about like the whole theme where we talked about, where it's just like passing your beliefs on to the next generation. Like we just covered all of that stuff. And then the credits roll. You get the patented post-credit scene, voiceover situation. Otacon has been like digging into the list of names because they were trying to get the list of names. Basically, Solidus's whole thing is he wanted to get the list of names of the Patriots and fucking deal with them in his own way. And Ocelot was trying to like break up Arsenal and GW to like prevent this from happening. And Otacon and Snake now kind of have this list of names. So Otacon was going through the names, and he was like, "Here's something crazy. One of the names on this list was our biggest donor.
Doesn't say
who. Also, everybody on this list has been dead for 100 years."
Oh, I love that the last line of this entire game spoken is Snake saying, "What the hell?"
So, yeah.
Same, brother.
It's great. It's perfect.
So good. Such a perfect way to end.
Now, Chad, James, imagine with me, if you will, you play Metal Gear Solid 2, you get to the end, you're like, damn, what a game, what a moment. And you wait however long for news about the next Metal Gear, and you discover, without any context, that Metal Gear Solid 3 is a prequel.
I had the exact same thought when the game ended, where I was like, oh fuck, I would be livid with Metal Gear Solid 3 next.
Yeah, and obviously,
but then you learn more about the Patriots.
See, that's what my thought was like. Oh shit, we're gonna go back and find that out.
Yeah. Which, like, at the time, like, you're a kid, like I'm a kid. I'm just like, I don't care about prequel. I don't care about prequel. I want to know what happens next. And it's just like, and of course, like 3 goes back and
like, I don't want any more. I don't want a sequel, and I don't want a prequel.
They told a complete
because
story.
Alessio's not like us.
I'm not like other boys.
So that's Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't know if any of you took this down. I got the Tarantula rank.
Oh fuck, I forgot to make note of what I got.
That's Scorpion.
Real quick, I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but for a game whose like beating heart is find a belief system and pass that on to others, to comment on that podcast saying, "Hey, can you guys shut the fuck up about your belief systems?" is very funny.
Right?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Like, tell me you
Insane,
didn't
actually.
understand fucking facts.
Yeah. Insane.
I just want to hear people talk about the shoot gun game. That I like.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Oh, this guy's a libertarian. He's just like me.
He's just like me. I
we
definitely love the
do have
response
some-
that happened, by the way, that Chad shared. the listener response that happened in response to the response that kicked off.
Oh, yeah.
Poetic.
What did they say? It's like, what it
Shut
was
up,
it? It was
nerd.
like, shut up, nerd. Love that. Love that for us and for you.
Dog
We do have some we don't have any text messages this week. We do have some Spotify messages. I'm going to read both of them because I specifically want to talk about one, but I don't want
I want to talk about
So-
one,
so
so I'm going to read them both.
to. Yeah, because I want to okay. So first, Riley says, on an unrelated note, I'm replaying MGS3, and there's a great line where Granon says "came out of it," and that might be a great addition to the soundboard. Alessio, did you pull that? Did you happen to pull that at all
Nope.
for this? Okay,
No.
well, we'll revisit that later.
Sorry. Thanks, Riley.
Thank you.
Hercules.
Oh, Hercules. I was saying Hercules in my head.
That's what I was
I
saying
was
when I
saying
wrote it.
Hercules in my head as well. I like
Oh,
Hercules.
I've always read it as Hercules. Yeah.
My skill. My skill. Her skill.
I understood the control your narrative reference, Chad. I'm friends with the promoters of that former organization.
What?
Excuse
This
me?
blew me away. For people, if you're, I don't. I'm gonna plead the fifth. And I'm just not gonna. I'm just gonna say that's crazy and not respond.
That's crazy. My it's wrestling related. My question is, I know you're in the Discord, dog. I say more right now. When you hear this, just ping the episode discussion channel and tell us what the fuck's going on.
For those who don't know, I'll explain it like this. Control Your Narrative was an indie wrestling company that was like if Solidus created an indie wrestling company. And Hercules is like, hey, those are my friends actually.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So to hear
those are
somebody
the
be
true
like, I
sons of
know.
the
I was gonna say pass on the last
I
name.
know those guys. Anyway, Jesus.
Hey, Chad, I understood the reference that you made earlier to Osama bin Laden. I'm friends with the promoters of his former organization.
Oh no.
George
Oh,
W.
God.
Oh, got him.
Intimate knowledge of the whole.
Of the whole. Intimate knowledge of the whole.
Yeah, I was gonna keep going, but it's better that I stopped. There's an email. Alessio, do you want to read the email from Second Best?
Sure. Second Best seems familiar. Not sure if you guys will get this far in the next episode. Oh boy. But I assume so. I just wanted to say I feel super guilty for just lighting up Vamp with Stinger missiles and tossing the grenade down every time he jumped in the pool. Way too easy. Yeah, so this letter came one day after we recorded the last episode. But I'm playing on normal mode, so that might be why it was so easy. I would have beat him first try, but I did a stupid cartwheel into the lip boy of death.
Great. That's
on
fantastic, by the way. I love that.
Love it.
Yeah, wonderful. I did set up a bunch of C4 near the exit door and rapidly tapping the button on the four of them to end. The fight was very satisfying, I will say. So fun to be caught up. Keep rocking. Kisses and buttholes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Takes second best.
I
First
do
best
want to
in my
read, and I this is not a normal thing. This is not something that we will continue to do, but just because it's relevant to that Vamp fight. Jordan Scott did leave a comment on the Patreon that I wanted to bring up. Message for Chad on the Vamp fight.
Okay.
I've been using
shit.
the ledge
God.
grab cheese method since I started playing MGS2 again. As soon as the fight starts, just walk to the ledge in front, gently walk off and start the ledge grab. Wait for him to approach, and the moment he starts his little slash hop up and then punch. The moment he starts his little slash, hop up and then punch 2 to 3 times and rotate around him until he starts his second slash. Rinse, repeat until he's down, non-lethal. It's sort of awkward to get the timing down, but once you have it, You'll never have to worry about him diving or using the stupid lights to freeze you. Raiden has iframes on his vault and climb animations. That's also how you dodge the missiles in the Harrier fight with the ledge grab. The enemy AI has a limitation on when the normal soldiers will shoot and melee you. They just won't unless your hitbox is present, but there are several boss interactions you can exploit with this.
Holy shit. Well, now that plus the Stinger missile strat, there's like a fucking 30 different ways you can beat Vamp's ass. So I know for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad started a fucking proxy battle the moment he was like, this fight takes so long. Everybody was like,
actually.
Yeah, so we did talk about the Harrier strategy when we talked about it, but we did not know about the Vamp cheese.
I had forgotten.
I had forgotten.
Thank you.
That's all we had for listener responses. Thank you. You can go to our links and text us, and contact at metalgearmondays.com will get us as well.
I will say, if you're hearing this, take advantage of the texting ASAP,
cool.
because the
it's
new
so
platform,
much fun.
Yeah, it is super fun, but the new platform that we're migrating the show to may not offer the same capability.
It's super fun.
So,
we're getting the fuck rid of it immediately.
It is crazy that we started advertising it like 3
Well,
episodes
it's
ago,
been.
and like, well, four episodes. It's like Google.
Yeah.
We're retiring a fucking beloved feature.
Yeah.
Too soon. Maybe.
But yeah, and that might be, I'm trying to think. By the time you hear this,
you're already dead.
By the time you hear the next
by the time you hear this, it might already be over. Actually, by
the time you hear
You're
this, Tornt
listening, test it
Grulukovic has
out.
already gotten your ass.
if you've heard this far, you're dead.
Tornt got you.
Tornt got you. Tornt put you in the box.
Hey, nobody puts Torrent in the box.
Just a box.
So let's talk about what we're gonna do next. So next episode, we are going to be covering secrets and extras and VR missions and snake tails, and I'm not going to prescribe any of that to any of you guys. You just play however much you want, and I'll do some research on my end to cover our bases. And then after that, we are going to do 2 parts on Snatcher and 4 parts on Police Knots, because it's a beefy game. That might slightly shift, but I think based on all of my research, so that should be right on the money. At least to make sure the episodes aren't a million fucking hours long. And then following after that, this will begin June 30th. You will receive 2 episodes on Ghost Babel. It'll be a 2-parter. Then, starting at the end of July, you're going to get 3 parts on the Twin Snakes.
Ooh.
And then we're going to end the year, starting in early September, with Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
So, Chad,
can I get a hell yeah?
Oh, hell yeah.
So Chad's getting his Christmas early.
I'm coming.
1
early.
gear, 2 gear, 3 gear, 4 gear. Hell yeah!
I'm looking very forward to it. I've been wanting to play 4 again. It's been a very long time.
I'm itching.
You stoked?
Yeah.
Get
these
stoked.
other games are sick too.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
looking forward to all this
Snatcher.
because fucking spoiler alert, you're not getting rid of me yet.
Oh shit!
I think we might be promoting Chad to.
Oh no!
That's the end credits.
Oh shit!
And he's been and our 4th host. He's been dead for 100 years.
Yeah, Queen. Yes, you're being promoted, Mr. President.
I gotta go in my pants.
I'm gonna go in my pants.